nah, no way to get away. Chasing the world will be better than anyone ever, and we'll never stop. Here we go. You better grab your weapons. Ain't nothing gonna stop us. Here we go. You know we're taking over. To the top now, to the top. Here we go. You run, but you can't hide from us. You run, but you can't hide from us. Rumors of war will knock at your door. Rumors of war will knock at your door. Rumors of war will knock at your door. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You better grab your weapons. Ain't nothing gonna stop us. Here we go. You know we're taking over. To the top now, to the top. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Morning Invasion
Ready for this? What?
on Star 88.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
I suppose we should get going.
Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh boy, here we go.
Good morning. Welcome to it. It's Tuesday, guys. Dex and Steve-O, live from the Dreams Tower Modeling Star 88 Studios. Right here in beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you for joining us. Shout out to all you podcasters out there that download the show each and every day. We love you. You guys can always chime in on the show. We think about you often, and we appreciate you. Lots of ways you can connect with us. What's our live line number to text in?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
That is my brother from another mother, Steve-O.
What?
Or excuse me, Steven. He's got less than a month left of Steve-O, and then we ditch it to Steven. Dex and Steven. It flows. It flows much better.
Gosh.
You're so sophisticated and mature now.
That's like our boy Pat in Las Cruces. No longer is it just Pat. His name on Facebook now is Patrick Lopez, agent, Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
if you need any help, that's your dude.
Patrick just sounds better.
Patrick.
It does.
Patrick Lopez, agent, Farm Bureau Financial Services.
I mean,
Hello.
Pat, come on. Pat's like,
Does that mean I have to change my Facebook name too to Steven?
mm-hmm.
Great.
Yep. Got to change it all, man.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
it's secret agent.
Secret agent.
It's not so secret anymore, especially when you change your Facebook name to agent.
Yeah, that's true. You're not supposed to tell people that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You guys can call in. Phone lines are wide open at 505-338-3700. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. You can watch the show. We upload all the shows weekdays, so you guys can go back and get caught up on YouTube or Facebook Live. We're available on iTunes, SoundCloud, and at star88.fm.
wow. Whoa! What? I mean, I guess.
Guys,
Oh!
guys,
Don't you ruin it!
guys,
Don't you ruin it!
I saw Jurassic World last night. Whoa. Easy, easy.
Is that a
easy.
motorcycle?
Blue, easy. Blue.
It sounds like a motorcycle almost.
So that's a T-Rex growling.
Okay.
It's the sound of a Jack Russell Terrier playing with a toy slowed down.
Is that real?
That's how they made the effect. Wow. Yeah, that's how they made the effect. This one right here. That's the sound of a baby elephant slowed down.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, I can hear it now. Thanks for ruining Jurassic Park forever.
Yeah, that's a baby elephant slowed down.
Dang it, dude. You literally just ruined Jurassic Park forever for me.
This one right here. The
the big old stampede.
Yep.
Yeah.
Velociraptors. That's the sound of horses galloping and squealing and a horse and a dolphin in heat. That's what that noise is right there.
Why are you ruining Jurassic Park?
Hey, man.
Man. Everything sounds terrifying slowed down.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Curmudgeon says, yawn, all caps. Now, I haven't heard a single person who went to Jurassic World and was like, I loved it!
Well, there
Except
was
for the couple people
Yeah, there were
yesterday
two people
online.
yesterday, right, out of like the thousands of people
Yes,
that were
that
like,
chimed in.
oh my gosh,
It was like,
guys,
oh, it's boring. It was so bad. You went and saw it.
Yeah, Lando and I went and saw it last night.
Yeah.
And so we I had to talk with him before we went in. And I
You
said,
had
listen.
to talk right
I go,
before Jurassic World?
Listen, bro. I said, listen, bro. Rotten Tomatoes says this is a terrible movie. We're going to go into this movie thinking it's going to be a terrible movie.
That's right.
We're not going to expect a whole lot. And you know what?
What?
We actually left the movie and we had fun.
Okay.
It was fun. I don't get it. I don't think it was a terrible movie. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I was entertained. There were some scary moments. The dinosaurs were scary. You know?
I've heard it's the Age of Ultron of the Jurassic Park movies.
Oh, okay. I mean, sure, it could have been. Of course, it could have been better.
Age of Ultron's very flashy,
Yeah.
and literally the entire film is just setting up something in the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what this one feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Are you going to be okay?
Big trailer.
You've been crying about it for 15 minutes now.
This woman loved
So
it.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how good was the movie?
It was a 15.
15?
Did she like?
There was so much relationship. And
Lot
there's
of
like the
relationship.
theme of power through the whole
Theme of
thing.
power.
It's
Did
so
she like have
thematic
teeth
and good.
extracted before she went to see it? Why does she sound like
That's
that?
actually an old clip. That was that lady was crying over Jurassic World, the first one.
Okay.
So I don't know how she feels about this one, but you know, it's good. It's fun. This is what I recommend that you don't take young children to this.
Yeah, not taking Brody.
Yeah, I would say maybe
Will not be doing
depending
that.
on how much of a scaredy cat they are. I would say maybe 6 and below is what I would say. It just depends on how well how well they can
Curmudgeon's
do.
like, wait, does that mean they're making another one? There's already a release date for the next one.
Yeah, of course,
Yes.
of course.
Welcome to Commercialism 20.
Yeah, bro.
How can we market dinosaurs even more?
Mm-hmm.
How much more money can we make on dinosaurs?
No, they're called dinosaurs.
They made so much money over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But does that mean it's good? Does that really mean
No,
it's good?
it doesn't mean it's good at all.
Okay.
It doesn't mean it's good.
I'm having a hard time with movies these days because it seems like half the time that I enjoy them, people hate them, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's like, do I really enjoy it, or am I just being different, or were my expectations so low? So low?
Yeah. See, man, I think you're endorsed. You know, you've been hanging on. That came out like 2 years ago, bro. Solo came out 2 years ago, and you're still on it.
Still on it. It just bums me out because we're allowing like people's opinions to ruin good ideas. Because they totally Star Wars put on hold everything
Yeah.
so man, we could have a whole conversation about that, because think about this. Nowadays, here we are, we have a morning show, right? And there's a vision, and it's we're going to wake people up We're going to have a good time doing it. And we're going to share the love of Jesus doing it. And when we get the detractors or the emails that are like, bleh, whatever, imagine if we allowed every negative feedback to derail what we know God has called us to do.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But
No, you're right.
Lucasfilm knew that they were called to make
Oh
some
my gosh,
good
here we go. See, I
prequels.
knew it. I knew it.
And instead, Obi-Wan's put on hold. Boba Fett movie, nobody cared anyways. Put on hold. But James Mangold, who made Logan, was going to make the prequel Boba Fett movie. I'm just saying.
I don't know he cares anymore.
I think there's a balance there because
There's
I
a
do
balance.
think if there was an overwhelming outcry of, man, this is a terrible morning show, or man, you guys should be doing something different, then maybe we'd probably listen to that. But
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, and I think it's developing thick skin because life is really hard, and we're going to face a lot of difficulties. We're going to
Yeah.
face people that we don't click with.
Yep.
We're going to clash when we go out there, and whether it's at work or it's just meeting new people. It's just that's the way it is.
yeah,
People gossip. People are
people. So
people
why
can
should
just
it
be awful. They can just be they can be awful. And,
They can.
But it's trying to realize, you know what? It doesn't matter what other people think of me. God has a purpose. But you also, I think you can listen to the noise and figure out, okay, is this person maybe like, in Psalms, David talks about, he's always asking God, search my heart.
Yeah.
I think we should always be doing that every day. God, search my heart. Show me those things that I'm doing.
Yep.
Show me my sin, And when other people might be talking, yeah, it might not be true. But sometimes it's okay to kind of look at it and go, maybe I am doing something that I shouldn't be doing. Maybe I can change, because we should always be wanting to change, right?
Yeah.
That's what
I'm
it's all
gonna
about.
make a change
Are you going to make a change today, Stormy?
for once in my life.
Are you going to make a change? Jarrett, are you? Kim?
It's gonna feel real good.
It's going to feel real good. Real good.
Gonna take a minute, gonna make it right.
Gonna make it real good.
Wow. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Guys, big show today. Huge show. This is I don't know. This isn't. I mean, this is sad. But yesterday, the world got the news that the old man,
Yeah.
Richard Harrison from Pawn Stars.
Never seen it.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
You've never seen Pawn Stars?
No, we even
What?
interviewed like one of the dudes,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. No.
Oh my gosh. What?
I live it every time I go visit my brother
Yeah,
at
that's
work.
true. Yeah. Well, he lost his battle with Parkinson's disease. He was 77 years old. He was the old man. If you watched Pawn Stars, he was always grumpy and. Yeah, it's 77. I mean, we talked about this yesterday off the air. It's like, okay, I mean that's a long life. Then I think about my dad is 75, and
Oh.
wow, that's very close. And then when you kind of boil it down, because you're turning 40, and you're like,
Hey.
how far away are you from 77? Wow, that's
Less than half my
37
life.
years. Yeah, 37 years. How does that feel? Just 37 years away from 77.
Okay. I think we do that every time somebody dies, though. You're like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, they only have 27 years left.
It's so weird, right?
Which is funny because biblically, like, we're not even guaranteed tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when something major like that happens, we freak out and we're like, oh man, well, okay, that means I have. What happens when younger people die? You're like, I have -3 years.
Yeah. I have no 401k,
Yeah.
no savings. I'm still working this job that I hate. Oh my gosh. What am I going to do with my life? I'm done.
Oh,
Where's my legacy?
dude?
My gosh. Yeah, it can be overwhelming for sure, but
Yeah,
I
but
don't
the good news is you're still breathing oxygen, so you can start today.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
today can be that day.
Mm-hmm. To make a change.
Yeah, for once in my no.
Chill, bro.
Okay. Dude, I got to give a shout out to the Duke City Gladiators. We have an indoor arena football league team.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what?
I know. I went
Sounds-
to a game last night.
Sounds like they're pretty popular.
Dude.
And looks like they're pretty popular as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, we won the conference championship last night.
You would think that this would be huge because
Right?
it's like this game of football, arena football is faster.
Yeah.
Isn't there more action too? I mean, they get slammed up against the wall.
It's crazy.
Right? So why isn't it?
I don't know. It reminded me of like, you know, those like TV shows where it's kind of like cool indie underground where it's like roller ball or whatever. You know what I mean?
Roller
That's
derby.
what I felt like I was.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching one of those movies.
Yeah.
Where it was just like a little ghetto, a little rough, but man,
It's kind of like our show.
Yeah. But it's action packed and it's hard hitting.
It's like,
Dude.
here's the thing. It's like if people would go and experience arena football, they would probably be like, you know what? I want to come back.
It is nonstop.
Yeah?
Like it's crazy.
Do you want to go back? Do you feel
yeah.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we went last night, and I went with, shout out to our buddy Paul, and Tones. I met another dude named Antonio. It was great. It was easy to remember names. But Tam's husband, Tones, was there with us. And so we went, and about 2 minutes in the game, I hear this like screeching scream. Ah, Gladiators! And I look across, and Nate Heitzig is standing over there on the sideline. It was actually Janae. And and so I'm like, I did the test, guys. I did the test, and Nathan failed me.
Yeah? Oh, did you call him?
Nathaniel Jefferson
Did he look at his phone
Clinton
and go, oh,
Heitzig.
Steve-o.
So I'm looking at him, and I'm calling, and I'm like, he's at a game. Let's see what happens. And he like kind of looks down for a second, and then he's just right back at the action. And I was like, how dare he? Click. I'm going to call Janae. So I call Janae, and Janae, I know she's like watching the game. She's in it. Yeah. And then she's like, she looks at her watch, and then she looks back, and she goes, oh. And then she goes over to her person, grabs her cell phone, and I was like, she answered, and I'm like, thank you so much.
What a
for
sweetheart.
answering the phone.
Oh,
Look directly across from you.
what a
So-
jerk, Nate.
Turns out Skip did the opening prayer last night.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so Skip and Linya and Nate and Janae, like the whole Heitzig crew was there, and we ended up in watching what was a crazy game. There were about 17 injury timeouts.
Really?
I mean, yes, dude.
Is it
got
100? Is it 100-yard field
hit
or is it
50.
shorter? 50. Wow. See, it's
So it's shorter.
Oh my gosh, it's fast. How many? What was the score? Like 150
I
to
was
like
gonna say
like 120.
because you can get a running start off the line. Like
Yeah.
one dude, like gets a, he's like 15 yards back
he's
and he gets a
booking.
running start, and
Yeah.
you're just going. But because of that, you see some hits.
Yeah, man. See why isn't it more popular?
I don't know, man, because you see some hits. There are a few times where it was like, and we're going to wait for a few moments as we scrape this guy off of the carpet, because it
Yeah,
looks
they
like
get
they're playing on
slammed into
carpet.
the wall.
Into the wall and into the concrete.
So if you hit the wall, you're not out of bounds, right?
yes.
Oh,
If you get slammed into the wall, you're out of bounds.
Okay.
Because there's
I
no...
thought if you got slammed over the wall, that makes
Right?
you out.
Well, we were like up against the railing, and so like, but the defensive coordinator, the coach, they're all on the field too because there's no sideline. So it was like, there's one time because we were up against the thing, and the refs are on the field too, and I'm like, hey man, like right before I play, hey bro, what happens if the ball's intercepted?
You're asking him questions.
Yeah, dude,
That's
because
hilarious.
then these big men are just running through them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He was like, if that happens, I'm jumping over into your booth. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Wow, it's like being at SeaWorld at Shamu.
They literally just have to try and get out of the way.
It's like,
just-
do you want to be in the splash zone, bro?
It's crazy.
Wow.
So, but shout out to the Duke City Gladiators. They won the conference championship last
Nice.
night, so they're headed to the Champions
Oh,
Bowl.
well, good for them.
Just
Where's
like
that at?
it's actually here at Tingley.
Oh, okay.
We're hosting because like
Paul,
we're-
get me a ticket.
Yeah. Actually, we'll be at Freedom Celebration.
Oh, that's
so,
right.
Yeah.
That's true.
They are the CIF Conference Football
Yeah.
Southern. They're the Southern Conference champions. So there we go.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you went.
It was a
It looks like it'd be a
lot
lot
of
of
fun, dude.
Yeah, I really think that's one of those things where people are like, arena football, yeah, I don't know. And
Just think football, but with NASCAR type uniforms
Yeah.
because they're sponsored by Jimmy John's or whatever. You know what I mean?
then that's amazing.
It was fun.
Good. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Dex and Steve-O. We're live on YouTube and also Facebook. I had a stroke there for a second. You guys can be a part of the show. Chime in. Phone lines are open 505-338-3700, and you can text in at 505-585-LIVE. Hang out with us. We'll be right back.
Andy Stanley examines the life of David in this Star PowerPoint.
This is why you and this is why I have the potential to resent our parents more than anyone else. Because our hope was, or perhaps still is, in them. You never placed much hope in that couple living across the street, did you? Your parents could make you so mad, but you were always polite to the neighbors, which made your parents so mad. And you continue to be polite to your neighbors. I mean, this is true of you who are parents, right? You have a son or a daughter that's driving you crazy, and when they're with friends, they're so polite, and you're thinking, I knew that was in you. Why can't you do that at home? Or somebody brings your son or daughter back and say, they are such a gentleman, she's such a lady, and you look to make sure they brought the right kids home. You know, what is that, right? But again, it's the nature of wherever we place our hope, that is where our trust is. And wherever we place our trust, that's where our hope is.
That's Andy Stanley with a PowerPoint on Star 88.
America the beautiful, America the free. This country stands for liberty. It's a freedom celebration at Isotope Stadium Friday and Saturday night, June 29th and 30th. With music, soft toys, fireworks, and a message of true freedom from Skip Heitzig. 2 fantastic nights. And like our nation, it's free. Remember, it's not just a long weekend. It's a freedom celebration. Freedom Celebration with Matt Maher, 10th Avenue North, Trip Lee, and Sarah Reeves. Above all, as our wonderful nation celebrates independence, Skip Heitzig will give a clear invitation to true freedom.
Jesus said, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. He can set everyone free from guilt, from sin, from hell.
Freedom Celebration at Isotope Stadium Friday and Saturday, June 29th and 30th.
Ravi Zacharias said this: human beings are not an accidental blip on the radar screen of time. We are made with a specific purpose. That's a solar flare on Star 88.
You make the darkness run and hide. You bring
President Trump took to Twitter Monday to push his position that people who cross the U.S. border illegally should be immediately sent back to their home country and not move through the U.S. court system. The president writes that hiring more immigration judges, as some Republican lawmakers have called for, is, quote, not the way to go.
In Northern California, wildfires have forced nearly 3,000 people to leave their homes.
Federal health regulators are greenlighting a cannabis-based treatment for 2 rare forms of childhood epilepsy.
Sales of new homes in the U.S. jumping nearly 7% in May. Purchases in the South accounting for all of the monthly gains.
Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker responding after his son Andrew Baker was accused of sexual assault on a flight from D.C. to Boston.
Look, I love my son, but obviously these allegations are serious and they require an independent review.
Richard Harrison, seen on the reality show Pawn Stars from his Vegas pawn shop, has died. He was 77.
Woo! Good morning.
What is life?
Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Dex and Steve-O. What's happening, guys? What's going on?
Man.
Paul! Next time, bro. Next time. We'll
Whatever.
do the arena football thing.
There's
time.
no next time. We're in the championship game on Saturday.
I don't know.
And you and I are going to be
next,
at Isotopes
next season,
Park.
bro. Next season.
Yeah, for
All
real.
right? Sorry, I had a date with my son last night. We went and saw Jurassic World. Woo! It was okay. You know what? Don't be scared. Go. It's fun.
Somebody said they took their 4-year-old.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It just depends, really.
No,
I
they
guess.
said, my 4-year-old was fine. Get out of here.
Well, maybe you can handle it, though. I don't know.
Define handle it. Wow! Yeah. It's like, whatever, bro. Guys are a bunch of sissies. My 4-year-old was great. 2 days later, like, peeing the bed.
Yeah,
Just, like, freaking
exactly.
out.
Yeah.
I don't understand. What's wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it had nothing to do with this terrifying Jurassic World movie we saw.
Guys, coming up on Friday and Saturday, Isotopes Park. Freedom Celebration.
Dude, that is only a few days away.
Mm-hmm. Steven and myself. Well, sorry, it's
Okay.
not time yet. My bad. Steve-O and myself will be kicking things off at 5 o'clock, doing the pre-show.
Yeah.
Both nights from 5 to 7. And then the music kicks off at 7 o'clock at Isotopes Park. It's a free event. Both nights, fireworks.
Dude, Tam's going to be kicking it with us.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Battle Drums is going to be throwing down that night, so.
Yeah, man.
Both nights. Oh.
Why did you stop like that, dude?
Sorry. I just, you know.
No, not you. I was
Oh.
talking to the computer, man.
I was like, well, I mean, I wanted to give you room to talk as well. I wanted to take up all the time.
10th Avenue North, Matt Maher, Sarah Reeves, Trip Lee. Skip Heitzig throwing down the gospel. So bring the fam. It's going to be beautiful this weekend as well. It's going to be beautiful.
I tried desperately to get a decent selfie with that man last night because selfie
With Pastor
life.
Skip Heitzig?
Yeah, it was like, tag the Duke City Gladiators, do DCG selfie, and there, you know what I mean. I'm telling you, it's like watching a comedy and you're in this arena going, am I on TV?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't real. This can't be real. But he can't take a serious photo to save his life. Every time he's making I'm like, I quit. Never mind.
Amazing.
Never mind.
He's a funny guy.
He is hilarious.
He's a funny, funny guy.
He is a really, really good man.
He reminds me
so.
of a Beatle. I know he would appreciate that. He loves the Beatles.
Yes, he does. Last night, School of Rock was there. They did the halftime show. You know, the School of Rock?
Yeah.
We've talked to him.
Oh,
Some of
yeah.
the students were there last night. And so halftime, it was like, please welcome the New Mexico School of Rock.
Yeah. It's like Rock 101, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got out there and it was like, and they were doing like Led Zeppelin
That's
and like
cool.
old. But I was like, dude, these are incredible musicians. However, I need to sign up as a professor at the School of Rock for stage presence. Because it's like hand under armpit holding the microphone.
Yeah.
So what? I am a rock star. I got my rock.
Yeah, but the thing is, here's the thing with Rock 101 and School Rock is that these are kids that, no
Yes.
joke, they learn to play these instruments
Yes.
in like a week.
They're amazing.
Yeah, and then so they're like, okay, you're going to go
Now
perform
you're
there. And
gonna
it's
go
like,
out
oh,
in
what? Oh,
front-
my gosh.
On this stage.
Yeah.
In front of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did a really
that's
good
just
job.
something it just takes time to get used to.
I love
comfortable.
being out there and seeing so many different aspects of the community last night.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I mean? It's cool. Like, oh, hey, look. Albuquerque's got some good things going on.
Yeah, they just need to fill the stands. Man.
Yeah, well, that's always been it. We're the land of mañana. Nobody likes being a part of something until it's too late. Talking to you, Scorpions. You remember our hockey team?
Yeah, we used to
have an
team up with them all the time.
Amazing hockey team.
We used to get invited out, and we'd launch the T-shirts out into the crowd, and
we did the halftime like sumo thing.
Oh, okay.
I still have my Scorpions jersey with like the M88 logo embroidered on it with my name and stuff. Because the Three Amigos did stuff out there too. Gosh, come on, guys! But again, it takes support for those things. Because if you love something, you should support it.
Yeah, right. And I'm just as guilty, but just go out and try it. Go out and experience it.
You never know.
Because Albuquerque, that we talked about yesterday. Come on, guys. There's not a whole lot to do out here in the desert. So
I mean, there's plenty to do. Somebody just chimed and said, Steven, did you hear Rio Rancho is getting a soccer team? Did you see that?
Nah.
We are getting a professional soccer team.
Okay.
That would be super duper.
Okay, you know what? I was excited.
Super dupes.
Cool story.
I hate you. I was so excited.
Well, I mean, it's not my thing.
A professional soccer team is coming to Albuquerque.
Okay, all right. That's cool.
It's the USL, the United Soccer League, which is like, it's below MLS, so it's kind of like the AAA of soccer.
Yep.
Who's excited? There we go.
They're actually going to play at Isotopes Park, which is interesting.
Oh.
They will not be playing. That's what it's saying.
Isotopes Park?
Mm-hmm. Because it's like, they're going to play in Rio Rancho. They're not actually. They're going to play at Isotopes Park. But there's actually a possibility that our city will build a soccer stadium if there's enough support.
Oh, well, you know what? We know that's not going to happen.
I mean,
you know it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
It's like concerts. Like, there's nowhere else in the country like Albuquerque when it comes to people waiting to the last minute
Land of
when
Mañana.
a concert comes to town. It's like nobody buys tickets online before a show. They show up, and if it's sold out, it's, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's sold out. But then a lot of shows don't come through here because of that, because nobody will buy tickets. Do you think it's because, New Mexico's known to be, people don't make a whole lot of money here. So do you think it's like paycheck to paycheck where I can't really afford tickets right now, so I'll just wait?
I don't think that's
No?
it.
What do you
No,
think?
last night it was cheap. You know what I mean? Like, I just think people don't support. There's not enough. Like, back in the day, those Scorps tickets were cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You go to a hockey game for like $6-7, remember?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but then it's like food is
That's true. You go to an Isotopes game now, and it's not like that. It's not outrageous.
Yeah, you better hit the Golden Arches before you go. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that bad. What?
I'm sorry, I just shut
Why
you
did
off.
you turn my mic off?
Sorry, my elbow did it.
Speaking of, dude, so we got this United Soccer League team that's going to be playing at Isotopes Park starting next March. But before that, we're going to be out there.
Cool story.
Okay.
That's right, Freedom Celebration.
I'm really excited. I always love getting to be out there, and especially like when we're behind the scenes going.
Right? It's so
like
and it's so hot.
Yeah.
And we get sunburned and we get dehydrated. It's so cool. I love it.
So Jared says if it's in Albuquerque, there will probably be support. But if they move it to Rio Rancho, there's no way. And that's exactly what happened with the Scorpions. They were in Albuquerque. They moved it to the Star Center, and they lost the support.
Ugh.
But we'll see.
We'll see, guys.
We need more people out there that do help out others.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. You guys can call in 505-338-3700. You can also text in. What's the live line number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483 if you'd like to chime into the show.
So this is a good little PSA. It's summertime. I have a
Yes.
couple PSAs I want to talk about real quick.
Okay.
Because I thought about this when I got in my car yesterday. It was so hot. You get in your car and it's like 300 degrees in your car.
That's a lot.
Might be like 500.
That is a lot of degrees.
And
so many.
I thought about
degrees.
those precious little doggies
Yes.
that people forget about.
Ugh.
And not even just pets. It's human beings. Like people leave their kids in the car. And people die every year. Every summer, dogs die, people die.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful. So just a quick reminder, maybe you could post this on your Facebook and Instagram, just a reminder to everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, do not leave your pet in the car while you go grocery shopping. Even if you have the window rolled down or cracked in the summertime, no joke, your car can reach, I think it's up to like 200 degrees. It's like, that's how hot it gets.
Gosh.
It's insane. And it doesn't take very long for especially, a pet or a baby to die from that.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long at all. It doesn't take long at all for your car to heat up. So that's a little quick PSA.
Yep.
But this, I don't know if anybody knows about this. Did you know about this?
Oh my gosh.
Leaving a bottle of water in your car could start a fire. How many times do you leave bottles of water in your car?
I mean, if you're asking me, I'll say never because Sheryl Crow.
Good call. I think about that every time now when I leave my water bottle in there. I'm like, so if I put it under the seat and it's not in direct contact with the sun?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, no.
It's the temperature.
Oh.
So if you don't know what I'm talking about, water bottles are also not the best plastic. And so because of that, if they get too hot, it starts like rocking those chemicals from the plastic within the water. And that's how Sheryl Crow got cancer. That's not a joke.
No, for real. Another great PSA. That is a true story.
That's true.
That's crazy.
So if you already if you just needed a reason not to put water bottles in your car and keep them in there, if you go back and drink it, you're going to get cancer.
Oh, my gosh. See, I've been doing that. I thought it was direct sunlight.
No, it's the heat. It heats up the plastic, and it causes the chemicals to,
Well, here is a little summer safety hazard that you'd never, ever think of. Apparently, leaving a half-full bottle of water in your car could start a fire. Here's how it can happen. When the sun hits a plastic bottle at the right angle, the water in there can act like a lens and concentrate the light on one specific point.
Wow.
It's exactly like that horrible friend you had as a kid who burned ants with magnifying glasses.
No, I just immediately thought, I'm a child. I thought of Toy Story.
Wow.
When they're like trying to get the
Did you ever do that
firecracker
when you were a kid?
Of course.
Yeah.
Duh.
I never did it.
No,
I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Not to ants, but I'd
to people and stuff?
No, to G.I. Joes. It's different. It was like,
good call. Yeah.
You will give up the information, G.I. Joe.
His face is melting off.
Yeah. I was a really terrible child.
It's I guess a group of firefighters in Oklahoma posted a video last year that shows how it can happen. And there's a ton of YouTube videos that show how you can do the same thing if you need to start a fire in a survival situation. It's like that's a life hack. The odds of a water bottle setting your entire car on fire are pretty low. In most cases, the worst thing that'll happen is it might melt a small hole in your upholstery.
Ooh.
But if the bottle happens to be next to something flammable, it could start a fire. So if you currently have a bottle of water sitting in your car next to some dry tinder. Okay, I'm just not going to read that. That sounds okay. Guys, don't leave your water bottles in the car, okay?
Yeah.
It could start a fire, and you know what happens when your car is on fire? It explodes. We see it all the time in movies. It explodes, and we don't want that.
FYI, water bottles are shipped in non-air-conditioned trucks to the store from the warehouse. So if that's the case, we all have cancer. Thank you, truck driver. Also, in case you weren't sad enough, the city of Santa Fe Animal Control, somebody works for them, and they said they get about 5 to 6 calls a day.
Oh, my gosh.
For animals left in cars.
That is insane.
Yeah.
You know? And if I see a dog in a car and it's hot, I'm going to break that window. I don't even care if I get in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Another member of the Stormy said, this is true. My boyfriend left a McDonald's tray in his car, on the seat. And from the cracks in his windshield, they acted like a magnifying glass from the sun and started a fire in his car.
Wow. That's crazy. I'm watching the video right now where he's using the
I'd like to give
water.
a shout out to our girl B-Flow, also known as Brittany Flowers. She gave me a, what are those things called? Like a sunscreen or whatever,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right?
And I'm like, I don't need to use that. I've been using it every day because you're right. Like, I step into my car and it's
black.
Averages about the temperature of the sun.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hot. And so
Black interior is the worst.
yeah, so I've been using that, and it's like kind of cool. But another thing you have to do, actually, gosh, so many PSAs.
So
this
many
morning.
PSAs.
Run your air conditioner as soon as you get in the car. You have to roll your windows down and blow out all that crazy air, because when it gets this hot, the chemicals from all the plastic parts in your car, no joke, start to like emit toxins. Yeah, so you always want to blow those out before you just like get in the car, windows rolled up, and just start blowing around the air conditioner.
Thank you for that.
Everything's going to kill you.
Right?
Everything.
Oh.
So why Scripture's like, you're not guaranteed tomorrow because literally everything's trying to kill you.
Like, what else do you think
you
is
were
killing
not
us right now?
promised tomorrow, so like live today to the fullest.
Do you think our headphones are killing us?
Somewhat.
I know I'm
going
I have
deaf.
hearing loss. I
Yeah.
have the every
Yep.
once in a while. I'll just be sitting
Yeah.
there. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my hearing.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah. I mean, think about like all the equipment we're around every morning. You know, what kind of things is like what kinds of like things is all this equipment putting out into the air right now?
But on the flip side, there are some benefits to it. So, like for instance, check this out. I just started the microwave.
You just started the microwave, huh? Yeah. See, that's radiation poisoning, guys.
Just, you
That is
know,
radiation
I've
poisoning.
got mutant powers, you know?
I don't know. I can't remember where I heard this. And please forgive me if this isn't true. Maybe you could do a quick Google search.
No, why are you making stuff up?
I'm not making it up because I heard this, all right? That, you know how we were taught the microwaves, you're not supposed to stand next to a microwave or look at the microwave while you're heating something up because of the radiation. And it's, they say that going outside, there's more radiation. No, I heard it from Bill Peterson.
Oh, okay.
There's more radiation
Where did he
outside.
hear it from?
And it's it's more unhealthy to go outside than it is to stand in front of your microwave.
Really?
That's what Bill, you need to call in and confirm that.
Sure,
Please?
sure.
You can confirm that.
Somebody see, everything is trying to kill us because every day TMI is killing it.
Okay.
Fail. I thought that was great.
I mean, it was okay.
I thought it was great.
It was all right. So, guys, don't leave, bottles of water in your car. Start a fire. Don't leave pets, anything alive
These are
in a
good
car.
PSAs.
Please. It's hot.
And support rad local things. That's what we've learned this 30 minutes or so.
Coming up, Dex's Survival Minute.
No.
What?
No. Did you know that we have a Destiny Wrestling Federation? Like we have a fake pro wrestling. I don't even know how to say it. Like, I'm sorry. We have like a wrestling federation.
Oh my gosh.
Organization.
Like luchadors?
Like locally though. They were like, hey, you're right about people not supporting local stuff. We have a wrestling, like, it's where like Jeff Jarrett got his start and all these like WWE superstars, and they totally wrestle out of Albuquerque.
Wow.
I'm not even joking.
It's so underground.
It is so underground, but look at it. They even have a poster.
That looks so 80s.
That's
what?
my favorite thing I've ever seen.
No,
though.
it's pretty amazing.
That's like the best part about it. You just said something that sounded so great.
Yeah, we should find things that things in Albuquerque that nobody knows about.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about this. It's summertime. People are looking for things to do with their family, right?
Mm-hmm.
To curb like boredom, if you will. Yeah. They wrestle at the Cesar Chavez Community Center. That's real,
cool.
man.
You know, now that I think about it,
Destiny Wrestling.
I always see
Never
people
knew.
posting those wrestling events on Facebook and Instagram. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, you know the microwave? It has little circles on the door, the window, if you will. Do you know why it has those little circles?
Why?
Cancer.
Because the microwaves are larger than those circles, and they cannot penetrate because that's a protective coating on the door. They're larger than those circles, so
That
that's
is the
why you have
scariest
these tiny little circles. This is totally serious.
Okay.
I am not a scientist, but I did study
quick Google
physics,
search.
science, college.
Okay.
Google it.
Yeah. Was I correct when I said it's probably more dangerous to go outside than to stand in front of your microwave?
Oh, definitely.
Desi, he said it.
And did you know
Yes.
there is a natural radioactive isotope of potassium?
Wait, what?
And it's in your body. And it's naturally occurring. There's no way you can prevent it.
cool.
It's not created by anything other than nature.
Mm.
So bananas are high in potassium, so they have radiation.
No, I know. Yeah, I've
It's
heard
in
that.
your body naturally. So you look it up. There's, like I said, there's various isotopes of every atom out there. And like I said, there's a natural radioactive isotope of potassium. So you can't get away from radiation. It's
No,
just
you can't.
The
Guys.
larger amount you want to avoid.
Yep.
Like Chernobyl.
Thank
There
you
we
for
go.
scaring everybody this morning. Thank
I know,
you so
right?
much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just trying to spread the word.
Spread
There
the
you go.
word. That's another
Keep at it.
great
Spread
PSA,
it.
guys.
There we
Another
go.
Great PSA. Thank you so much.
Somebody said, LOL, Steve-O concerned with all the crazy ways you can get cancer. Meanwhile, the sun, bro!
Oh, my gosh, the sun.
Yeah. Our new segment, ABQ Underground. You
Ooh, I
that?
like that. ABQ Underground.
Yeah, what's going on in the community, man?
Yeah,
What's something cool
if
coming
you guys
up.
know of something really cool, let us know. You know, there's underground wrestling, there's arena football, soon to be professional soccer next year.
We
What
have
else?
a free event this weekend.
Yeah, we got a free event. It's called Freedom Celebration.
2 days.
Mhm.
It's free, bro.
Yep.
Just saying.
Mhm.
There's plenty to do here. And more than that, amazing music, fireworks. Our boy Pastor Skip is going to throw down.
Yep.
I can't wait, dude.
Yep.
Cannot wait. I got to get back to this Destiny wrestling.
Right? Oh, there's a video? Oh, that would actually be fun. That'd be fun to go to one of
Dude.
those. So cool.
All right.
We're live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We're hanging out on Facebook and YouTube Live. You guys want to go and watch and hang out with everybody else? Jay Marie, Patrick, what's going on? Julian, Michael, Matthew, hanging out on YouTube. All right, we'll be right back. Hang out.
Tony Evans. This is a Star 88 Supernova.
The reason why you're going to die, and it's 100% guaranteed, is because of sin that's been passed through the human race and that we commit, and the sentence is death. All men are sinners. Sin has a price. The price tag is death. You're going to die. Then there is spiritual death. That's where the soul gets separated from God. That's called hell. The wages of sin is death. And it's two deaths. The Bible calls it the second death. The first death is you're going to physically die because of sin. The second death is that you eternally die because your soul gets separated from God with eternal interest payments.
That was Pastor Tony Evans on a Star 88 Supernova.
Find yourself kind of bored with your life and tired of going through the motions? Well, James McDonald thinks you're missing out. So listen up.
All in favor of seeing God working more? God's working today. He's working in Chicagoland. He's working in North America. He's doing stuff. You're like, well, I'm not seeing it. Correct. And that's what this message is about. Why don't we see it more? One of the reasons we don't see it is because we have such a narrow, you need to clean your glasses. You got a real narrow way of looking at things. You need to clean up your glasses, man, and let God open your mind to what He's doing.
Nothing restores your soul quite like listening to God's still small voice. To discover how to hear Him speak through His Word, check out the helpful resources at jamesmcdonald.com.
This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
Hands over my face while I play along. Vision just as clear with my eyes closed. A foreign language only you and I know. Don't know where we're heading, but we're so don't you spit it out, say it loud. Stop with all the Chinese whispers. Say it out, scream it out. Quit with all the Chinese whispers. Intensity so high off the Richter scale. Trembling so hard, let it ricochet. Trying to keep composure while the ground shakes. Earthquake hanging on to every word that you say. You say rushing on the edge of something beautiful. So stay with me now. My heart is calling out. Just shine that you want me now. Shine that you want me now. Why don't you spit it out, say it loud. Stop with all the Chinese whispers. Say it out, scream it out. Quit with all the Chinese whispers. See you talking, but I'm hearing nothing. Need you to hit me with it hard, hard. Spit it out, say it loud. Stop with all the Chinese whispers. See you talking, but I'm hearing nothing. You got me out here in the dark. Tip of your tongue, don't know why you're still holding back. I see you talking, but I'm hearing nothing. You got me out here in the dark. Tip of your tongue, don't know why you're still holding back. Why don't you spit it out, say it loud. Stop with all the Chinese whispers. Say it out, scream it out. Quit with all the Chinese whispers. See you talking, but I'm hearing nothing. Need you to hit me with it hard, hard. Say it loud, stop with all the Chinese whispers. Good morning.
The Morning Invasion
Part of a complete breakfast. You're stupid.
with Dex and Steve-O.
Guess we got to do a radio show. What's going on, everybody? Live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Starty Studios. Dex, Steve-O. You are the Star Army. That's what we call you. Thanks for chiming in, you guys. Hanging out on YouTube and Facebook at Star 88 FM. What are the peeps saying on the live line?
Bro, Robot Wars. Let's start it, Steve-O.
You know, I've been wanting to watch that. Have you saw the
No.
the trailer to that?
Robot Wars?
Yeah, it's like a little arena, and it would be like Jack building a robot.
Oh, okay.
And then his buddy building a robot, and then they go in
battle.
Yeah. It looks like it's kind of fun.
Yesterday, I had a chance to go to the Duke City Gladiators playoff game. Thanks to Paul, who took me out there. And then we got to end up spending the evening with Pastor Skip and Lenya and Nate and Janae.
Nice.
And the kiddos. It was fun.
That's cool.
But it got us talking about cool underground things that not everybody knows about. I'm hoping more people know about Freedom Celebration. Our friend Nate was actually on the radio this morning, 5 a.m. You know, KKOB.
Oh, really?
Yeah, talking about Freedom Celebration.
No kidding.
So trying to get the word out there. It's going to be an amazing weekend, Friday, Saturday. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, chime in. Let us know what are those underground free things that nobody knows about here in Albuquerque that you can share, like wrestling.
Yeah. Destiny. I didn't know.
Right? It's at a community
know.
center. I mean, it looks fun.
I know. Watching
It
those
actually
videos,
looks
I
like
was
it'd be a good time.
Oh man.
We have Isotopes. That's cool. I mean, it's not free, but we have a baseball team. We have soon to be a professional soccer coming to Albuquerque next year. We have arena football. We have the Lobos football and basketball and volleyball
and baseball
and hockey.
We have a fantastic baseball program, actually.
Yeah.
Soccer.
Yeah, bro. Did I mention soccer?
Somebody said drone league racing. There's a drone racing league.
What? Is that for real?
I don't know. Maybe people are just
You
making
guys,
stuff
you guys have to let us know if it's real or not, or if
I know.
That's something
These
we
are
should
their
start because that
dreams.
sounds like it'd be fun. Drone racing? That sounds like it'd be pretty cool.
We're currently going through a Radio Wars.
Radio? What?
Yeah, best
Radio
of the
Wars?
city. Get to Facebook and
Oh,
vote for
okay.
us.
It's like Radio Wars.
Yeah,
What is
shameless
that?
plug.
Okay.
Best of the city. We want to win.
I'm looking at free things. I just Googled free things to do in Albuquerque, and I'm looking at all of it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds lame.
Oh my gosh! This is why we can't have nice things
Like all
because
of them are like
you
museums and
just
stuff.
diss things.
Well, I'm just saying.
But you literally just told people to get out of their comfort zone and like give something a chance, and now you're talking about things that you think are lame.
Yeah,
What
but
if
how
you
many
actually
more
tried
times?
it?
How many more times do I have to go to a museum or a park?
When was the last time you went to a museum?
Yeah, like yesterday.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't go yesterday.
Jurassic World does not count as going to the Natural History Museum.
We saw dinosaurs.
Oh man.
Just even walking around Old Town is fun.
Yeah.
That's a cool part of Albuquerque.
Yeah.
You can go walk around. I mean, take a good 30 minutes and go for a walk.
Okay. Dude, are we going here?
What? Yes, go there. Please go there because this is lame.
Well, no, I was just, him and I do this whole show thing, set things up. And I felt like it was a perfect seg because we're talking.
Lay it on us, bro.
We're talking free stuff to do, cheap things to do in town. And we were talking about this actually. The difference between being frugal with something, because it's summertime, not everybody wants to spend all that excess money because we are called to be good stewards of what God has given us. But sometimes in our frugalness, can we in turn just be cheap?
Mm-hmm.
And is there a difference?
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah.
What's the difference between something being like, hey, I'm just frugal with my money. I want to be a good steward.
Yeah.
And
Because you're
just
close
being
to the line.
cheap.
You're close to that line of being cheap.
Yep. So here, I don't know.
Here's what I would say. This before you get into was a study or whatever.
Yeah.
I would think it's when you are hoarding all the money, you're being cheap as far as like not allowing yourself to go experience things. That's when you become cheap. You're not enjoying life. And I'm not saying going out, and just spending all your money, because that could be bad.
Mm-hmm.
You could destroy your life over that if you spend it on the wrong things. But I think when you are so tight with your money and you're not allowing your family or even yourself to enjoy things, you're cheap.
Yeah, well, Scripture talks about the talents, right? The parable of the talents. And it's about a dude who's leaving his house to travel, and before he leaves, he entrusts like his property to his servants. He's like, hey, bro, all right, check it out. While I'm gone, all right, I'm going to give you this one thing, and then I'm going to give you these 5 things. I'm going to give you these 10 things. And then like when he comes back from vacation, this is like the Steve-O version. He goes back and like the super cheap dude just buried the one talent. And not only did he not get any return, but the master was like, okay, give me what I gave you.
Right.
Get out. And so I think there's something to be said about that when we're talking about the parable of the talents, Matthew chapter 25, and talking about what the finances that we have been entrusted with, because we should be pouring out and doing things. I like taking my kiddos places. I like making memories.
Yeah.
More so than just hoarding everything in my savings,
Right.
because in turn, what that can do is cause them to be more like outgoing, if you will, and cause them to want to do things and be charitable as well.
Yeah.
And so, I think it's something we need to work on, because how often have we had conversations about tipping specifically, and the number one thing we get is Christians are so cheap.
Yeah.
Christians are terrible tippers. Christians are bad tippers. And it's unfortunate that we, who should be the most generous because we're called to be generous givers,
Yeah.
are mostly known as cheap when it comes to tipping.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Come on, church.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Good morning.
That was a great Jesus juke. That
Thanks,
was
bro.
good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was a good one.
I mean, just.
You know.
I mean, come on, am I wrong?
I just turned on the radio, so I don't know what's already been said about what's free and cheap in Albuquerque.
Oh, okay.
But, so I'm sorry if any of these are
You know what?
doubling up.
No, you're
No, you
fine.
do you,
You're
boo.
good.
So for all the moms out there, if you have kids between the ages of 1 and 18, there's several parks in Albuquerque that give away free nutritious lunches, like at 11:30. So that's pretty cool. It's run
that
by
is
ATS.
really cool.
They just want to keep employing people, so they just give out the lunch.
Well, yeah.
So that's neat.
That's amazing. And we found out that there's a lot of hungry kids in our state, thousands of kids that they go hungry every day. So
Yeah.
things like that is amazing.
Right? And then there's a free bowling program for kids at Silver Lanes.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but
Have not.
kids bowl free over the summer.
Wow.
It's best like at the beginning of the summer to try to get your spot, but you can sign up any child between the ages of 1 and 18. They can go bowling for free. So that's excellent.
1 and 18?
1 to 18,
Between 1 and 18.
Wow,
Yeah. Kids bowl free.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's good to
and
know.
then the mall has free air conditioning.
Good call. Good call.
Isn't that genius?
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So that's good.
Yeah, it is
you
good.
Know?
There
Keep
you
those
go.
electricity bills down.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, your kids are complaining. Like, go to the mall. I'm going to drop you off. You don't want to be outside? You're going to the mall.
My kids are 5 and
my
under, so
gosh.
that might be illegal.
Yeah,
you
that
can't
might
do
be. That might
Yeah.
be. Oh my gosh! But there's free exercise because then you can just walk your kids around the mall. So
Mall
it's like
walking,
a free,
man.
It's like a free gym.
People
and
do
it's
it.
air conditioned.
People do it all the time.
Absolutely.
There's an art.
And then this isn't free, but Icon Cinema has $6 movie days.
Oh, okay.
So we're going today to see The Incredibles because it's only $6, you know?
Good for you.
I love it.
Wow.
There you go.
And,
Man, you're
hold
like,
on,
you
hold
know
on,
all of
hold
it.
on.
What? Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Oh, I forgot the last thing. It was going to be a good one, guys.
Oh,
It was
no.
going to make you laugh and everything.
Dang it!
Oh.
Well, I mean
Dang it.
I don't know. That free air conditioning in the mall was pretty hilarious. I don't know if you could have topped that.
It's
That
good,
was
though.
pretty epic.
It's
So,
good.
There you
All
go.
that free stuff.
Oh, my
and then there's
gosh.
like movies in the plaza.
Okay.
I don't
Movies
know.
in the plaza.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Good.
So-
You know what?
And
Thank you.
Mr. Car Wash has free popcorn.
Wow. Are you just Googling all this right now?
No, you know, like when you go get your oil change, there's free popcorn in the
That's
lobby.
true.
You just
Yeah.
walk straight into the lobby.
That's true.
Good.
You have so many
and then
great.
I would
Okay,
think
yeah.
for all the passes, like
Yes.
the Biopark Pass, the
Yeah.
Explorer
Yes,
Pass,
yes.
the Cliff Passes.
Yep.
You're always going to get your money's worth.
Yep. You know what?
gosh.
Yes. This is
And if you
beautiful.
have a
So
child who
funny.
has any kind of disability and they're in an early intervention program, you can get a free Explorer Pass, family pass.
Look at that.
Which is pretty great.
Dude. Well done. Hey.
You need to call
was
in every week and
Proud
give
of
us
you,
an
Katie.
update.
Proud of you, Katie. I loved it.
Good stuff.
Loved everything about it.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was cool.
Oh my gosh.
That was so nice
See, and here's the thing. Okay, here's what we're talking about. A survey found Americans find frugality versus cheapness. So, are we being frugal or are we just cheap with things? And because frugality, according to this survey, is in fact an attractive quality because it means you manage your money well. It means you don't just blow it on stupid stuff. But when you're cheap, obviously, literally 0% of people found that attractive.
Should I return the dinosaur bone that I bought
Okay.
yesterday? Somebody's selling one outside the movie theater, and I bought one for Landon.
They surveyed thousands of Americans on the differences between being cheap or being frugal, in which 9 out of 10 respondents found frugality to be an attractive quality in a romantic partner. 0%
What,
found
zero?
cheap people to be
Yeah.
attractive.
Yeah, right? Nobody wants that.
That's real. Okay, so what do you think the cheapest thing somebody can do is? Not being frugal. What do you think the number one thing that people said? Nope, you're cheap.
I would say, is it buying a car?
No, I mean, why would that be cheap? I mean, this is something you do that makes you cheap. You're like, that's cheap.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy a car. I'm going to walk. I'm
Oh,
cheap.
so not buying a
Yeah.
car. Not
Yeah,
buying
sorry.
You said buying a car. I'm
Well,
like,
sorry,
how is
not
that
buying a
cheap?
car.
That's
Yeah.
actually really
Yeah,
expensive.
Not buying a car.
No.
Going out on dates. Not going out on dates. Sorry. No, it's not
You
it.
are terrible at this.
How about I'm not cheap. I don't know what that lifestyle's like at all. I'm like the complete opposite.
But if you knew
I have no-
somebody who was like that guy with their money, what would you consider cheap? You're like, bro, come on, man. You got to do this.
Not going to a concert. Oh, okay. Not
leaving a tip.
Oh.
Not leaving a tip at all.
You already said that.
I know, but that's the number one thing
Not leaving
people
it to-
consider.
Yeah, that's totally. Yeah.
Which is funny because somebody said, so does this mean Steve-O's bordering on being cheap instead of frugal? Because every time I talk about money, it sounds like I'm cheap.
No,
Which is funny
Steve-O's
because
not cheap.
you-
He's frugal.
When you talk about leaving a tip, I leave a tip.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so
important.
vitally important, especially if, like, think about this. You're at a restaurant. You're with your family. You pray before your meal. You don't do it so that somebody's watching you, but somebody sees you. And then you don't leave a tip. Who does that reflect on?
Yeah.
It doesn't reflect on you. It reflects on Jesus.
Mhm.
Seriously, no matter what. And then they're going to go, yep. Well, that Christian sucks.
Yep.
This is the church. Welcome to it.
Yeah, you're gonna wear the Jesus T-shirt, or you're gonna have the bumper sticker.
And then
there's
you're-
so many
and then
different.
you're
ones.
so cheap.
Yeah.
I can't stand that because truly, we talk about the scripture says that the Lord loves a cheerful giver, and that means like freely giving. And when we are giving of our time, of our money, of ourselves in service, man, we are becoming more like God because Jesus said in the kingdom we had to become the servant of all. So we serve. And one of the ways we can serve is with our finances, with our money.
This is a good example. Steve-O is not cheap because when I was at the hotel room with Steve-O when we were in Dallas, he wasn't even in the room, and I ordered a hamburger and fries, and I put it on his bill.
He did.
And because I knew you weren't cheap, so I knew you would be okay with it. And,
Guys, this is not a joke.
he brings it up every day, guys. Wait,
We checked into the hotel,
Maybe it's cheap.
and they're like, we just need a credit card for expenses.
Yeah, I was like,
and
nope,
or,
I'm out.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
He's
stepping
like,
away.
he just immediately started backing up, and I'm like, where are you
I'm like,
going?
I'm out of
Fine, all right, take my credit card. I'm not going to worry about it anyways because it's not like anybody's going to order a bunch of room service while I'm not there.
I have
Am
been
I
burned.
right?
I have been burned so many times by hotels. I'm like the last person that I want to give my credit card to.
Gosh. Our girl Winnie out in the UK said, I hate when I go out to eat and my friends don't want to leave a tip. It is so annoying. I always tip. I find a lot of English people don't like to tip.
Really?
I didn't know that. The Brits are cheap.
Yeah, I wonder if is that an American thing, or is that tipping? Is that worldwide? Somebody could let us know about that real quick.
Seth said, I leave a good tip if the server earns it. They get paid
I was
according
just
to
gonna
how
ask.
well they do, just like any other job.
So going back to what you said with Christians being cheap and not leaving tips,
Yeah.
what if you had terrible service? Would you still tip the
We
20%?
We did.
Yeah.
And I did. Do you remember when we went to that market in Dallas?
Yeah.
And it wasn't that it was terrible service, but do you remember how they messed everything up? And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, we ran out of this. Oh, we didn't do this right. Or we didn't. And they were so apologetic about it, but it was still, quote, poor service, right?
Mhm.
Because they did it all wrong. Still left the same tip.
Yeah.
So because they were trying, but it wasn't like, I don't know, are we talking like a rude waiter? I don't know, 10%.
Yeah.
You still tip. I've never not left a tip.
I have.
Really?
Yeah. That doesn't happen very often.
I'm the guy that like orders carry out because I'm like, I am not going to tip. It's just carry out. And then I go in there and I see the person and then I'm like, here's a $5 tip.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Mhm.
Why did I get it to go?
Yeah.
Still tipping.
Right.
Lola says that tipping is rare in Australia. Huh.
It's rare in Australia.
It's
huh?
not common. I guess it's not common to tip in Europe.
Huh.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
But you do have to pay to go to the bathroom. which
It's
is
weird, and I don't know because that's one area for me, especially no matter what, I do tip, even if it's not great service. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know why. There's no Jesus juke there where it's like, well, while we were yet sinners, Christ paid for us, and we
Right.
didn't deserve a tip, but he gave it to us in his blood. There's no like Jesus juke there. It's just, I don't know why. Somebody did say tipping is very much a Western thing. The Americas, Canada, Latin America. Somebody said, I'll tip 20% if my service is great. I'll tip 25%. I've had servers come up to me and say, thank you. It means a lot. Somebody says, but here's a question. Why is a lack of a tip automatically just a cheap patron? Maybe you were a terrible server. I always tip. But I know a lot of people that focus on service in terms of what to tip. I don't know. According to this survey, that was literally the number one thing. Is it cheap or is it frugal? And the cheapest thing someone could do was not leave a tip at all, regardless of service.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. So I've always come with the mentality of when it comes to service that they work hard, so they at least deserve a tip, even if the service wasn't as spectacular as either it usually is or what I would expect it to be. Because I also come from the mentality of I don't know what's going on with that person's life. I don't know if they're just having a pretty bad day or if they're getting haggled and metaphorically beat down on in the kitchen each time they go back in there. And it's just one of those things where I've always tried to take the empathetic route of, for all I know, they could just be really having a bad day, and maybe by giving them a decent tip will at least brighten them and cheer them up, so that way they can not have such a bad day, and the next person that comes in will get better service.
I like that. It's like extending grace and showing love where it wasn't even deserved.
I get it.
Yeah. Because you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I love it.
Thanks, man.
Dude, good call, man.
Yep.
You guys can call in 505-338-3700.
Dude, a lot of this has to do with like eating out, which is hilarious. Another thing that people consider cheap, calculating your part of the group bill to the cent.
Right? Oh, man, I've been with friends that do that.
Where it's like, just put it on one check. And then you're like, you get out the, okay, well, yours was, okay, I'm sorry, what's the tax percentage here now? Because is it, okay, so we take that times 0.008%. Okay, your bill.
Yeah.
On the flip side, what do you think the number one thing people said was frugal?
Oh, number one thing that people
not cheap. This is
frugal.
like, hey, this is wise. You're being frugal. You're being careful with your money.
Buying a car.
Gosh.
Oh.
I hate playing guessing games with you.
Paying for gas. Oh. He's so frugal when he pays for gas.
Seeking out deals or coupons for all purchases. Yes, I said coupons. Make fun.
No, man, that's good. I have respect for people that do the coupon thing because that takes work.
You say coupon too.
How do you say it?
You say, what do you say?
Coupon.
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 How do people say it?
Coupon.
Coupon?
Coupon.
Who says coupon?
No one. Okay. I said it earlier in the week and somebody made fun of me and I'm like, it's coupon.
Yeah, it's coupon.
Yeah, coupon.
Not coupon.
Coupon.
Coupon. Is it great coupon?
Great coupon,
Come
please.
on, get out of here. Good morning.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
I was just listening to the 88.3 about the tipping and the serving.
I love it. They're a great station, am I right?
Yes. Amazing.
I know. I love those guys. They're so funny.
Dex is my favorite.
Yes.
Dex is your favorite?
Yeah, he's
I don't know.
so
He can be
beautiful.
He's a little more on the cheap side. You know what I'm saying?
Cheap?
Whereas I feel like Steve-O, that guy is frugal. Like he's just good with his finances.
I don't know about that.
What do you think?
I think you guys are both amazing. But
thank
for
you.
me, I'm actually a server myself.
Okay.
And I will go to church and I listen to the pastor talk about being humble, about $10. If you can't be humble with $10, how are you going to be humble with more? So, like, after I went to church, I went and served, and I work at Olive Garden, and I have tables that are over 150 sometimes that'll tip me $5 on a 150 ticket. And it's like, after a while, I start getting emotional because I'm away from my son all day long. I go to school from 8 till 3:45, get off, go in at 5, don't get out till 10:30, get home by 11:30. And it's like I'm not there to be there. Like I don't even get to see my son be raised, because I'm busting my butt going to school and serving, and it makes me really, sad,
No,
But then I do get the families that pray, like,
I see them praying as a family, and it makes my night. And there's a lot of actual Christians that do leave 20% or even over with a gift card that has a note that says Jesus loves you, and then that's when I know that God is there. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Hey, the good news is that even in those times when people are rude and lame and don't leave tips and you're having a hard night, God is there too. Like, you remember that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, in those times where you don't get those customers and you are having a bad night and you're reflecting on being away from family, just know that in the sight of God, you are beloved and you are called, you are His. And so even when you're having those bad nights, you need to remember that He loves you just as much in those nights, no matter what kind of night you're having.
Yeah, that's
okay?
good.
Yes, I have to pray on that. I'm like, Lord, help me.
Yeah. So don't allow other people around you to invalidate you because of their stupidity.
Right.
Like, just because, I mean, everybody in the world could act like a jerk. Everybody in the world could leave 0 tips, and you could just be down and frustrated. But don't allow them, what they do, to affect the way you see yourself, because the way God sees you is His creation, His child, and you are so loved in His sight. And so don't allow others to influence how you're feeling or your faith, or you just have to remember that. Seriously.
That was good.
Yeah, and one more thing. I heard the guy saying that he doesn't know what people are going through. Even though they're kind of rude to me, I play the same way as a server. I don't know what they're going through, so I give them the best service I can. Even though I know I might not even get that tip, because I don't know what they're going through either.
No,
you know
true.
what I mean?
That is true.
So,
yeah, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too. That's cool. That was good. That
If
was great
she
advice.
were my server, I'd tip her $11.
$11. And all I have gotten.
She was so great. Somebody said, dude, such good advice. I let myself get invalidated and let it ruin my night. It's how often do we do that?
Right.
Like an email, a text, it could be a stranger, some kind of interaction. And like, for some reason, we let their perception of us impact or affect how we see ourselves. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Or even how God sees us, like you said.
no, for real.
Yep.
There were times in my life, I had to learn it the hard way so many times, because we would get an email, or I would say something on the radio, and somebody would just totally invalidate what I said, or belittle my faith or whatever it was. And I would let that affect me so often, because it's like, oh man, even if it was somebody like in leadership, somebody just the way that I felt they were perceiving me, it might not even have been real, but I would let that affect me. And man, and I just remember those times thinking, like, how small is my faith? Because if God is telling me something in His word and telling me, defining who I am in His word through Him, why am I letting some random stranger impact that or change the way I see a situation or myself? Or man,
It's good, man. Chime in. What do you consider being cheap or frugal? You know, what is it? Because so the number one thing people said that they feel people do when they're cheap is what? Tipping?
Tipping, number one.
What was frugal?
Frugal was coupons.
Couponing.
Couponing.
Coupons.
Yeah, yes, coupons.
Coupons.
It's called a coupon,
You're
bro.
so frugal with those
C-O-U,
coupons.
coupon, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you know, him and I, we're a cupel of people.
505-585-LIVE. You can text into the show. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and we'll get to your phone calls when we come back. 505-338-3700. And you can chime in on Facebook and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. We'll be right back.
Get ready for some truth from Jensen Franklin on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
2 Corinthians 7. Listen to this. I had fightings on the outside, and I had fear on the inside. Have you ever had a day like that? Fighting's on the outside. There's so much stuff going on out here on my job, in the family. This fighting's on the outside. And even worse than that is fear on the inside. Doubting my own ability, doubting my own faith, doubting my own mind, doubting my own talent. Do I have what it takes? That's a bad day when the enemy's not just fighting you externally, but internally. Fighting on the outside, fear on the inside. But listen to what God did to get him through this rough season where he was about to quit. He said, nevertheless, God sent Titus to me, and he encouraged me in the work of the Lord.
That's Jensen Franklin on Star 88 with a PowerPoint.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos to entrees like chili rellenos, burrito de Eduardo, the BOG burrito, and carne adobada. La Salita is friendly to those who are vegan or gluten-free and offers catering, as well as a rewards program at 1950 Wansabo or online at lasalita.com. Star 88 thanks La Salita for their support.
This week on Connect with Skip Heitzig, Skip challenges you to look beyond the suffering you're going through.
You know what it turns life into? An adventure. Because something that you're suffering through right now, what's God going to do? What is he planning? God planned it. It's beautiful.
Connect with Skip Heitzig this week. As he continues the series, Joseph looks a lot like Jesus.
Make an appointment for Skip Heitzig weekdays at 8 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. Martin Luther with a solar flare. To be a Christian without prayer is no more possible than to be alive without breathing. Star 88.
Above all distraction, above every doubt, you have my attention here right now. Love from the outset, yours from the start. You broke through the darkness to have my heart. I'm lost to the world, in you forever. In a love that never fades, in a hope that
Sarah Sanders denounced threats made against her and other Trump officials as members of both parties criticized the Virginia restaurant's decision to kick her out.
I was asked to leave a restaurant this weekend where I attempted to have dinner with my family.
Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters encouraging the public shaming.
And if you see anybody, push back on them.
Harley-Davidson is moving some of its motorcycle production overseas.
As a way to avoid new EU tariffs.
The head of U.S. Customs and Border Protection says
parents who cross the border illegally with children are not being referred for criminal prosecution.
Heather Locklear, she was released from jail after another disturbing incident which led to her arrest.
Heather has been warned that this could mean real jail time and has finally made the decision to check into a facility.
Devastating news for Joe Jackson, who was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Daughter Janet paid tribute to the 89-year-old.
My father, my incredible father, drove me to be the best I can.
China has stopped accepting the majority of our recyclables, what it calls foreign garbage.
How much in total did you send to China last year?
100 to 120,000 tons.
And this year?
0.
Whoa. Good morning. Dex and Steve, live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Stardate Studios. We were reading this survey. They asked a bunch of people different things you can do to save money that fall on the cheap side of the line or the frugal side. Number one for being cheap is not leaving a tip. And the number one for being frugal is buying generic groceries or electronics.
That was number one? I thought it was couponing.
But I think that's what it means, though. Maybe?
I guess that's true, huh?
Yeah.
Because that's...
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, because it was best deals or coupons.
Yeah,
so...
yeah. Coupons, bro.
I'm down with the good value, bro.
The good value?
Yeah, you know, like when
Yeah,
you were
I know.
a kid, like it was like, this isn't real Fruit Loops.
Yeah, you're so
These are
disappointed.
Fruitios or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, dude, they taste exactly the same, bro.
Yeah.
You're getting Fruitios.
Yeah. It's like, dude,
We're
I
saving
want,
$3.
I want Captain Crunch,
Yeah.
Mom. And she's like, no, you're getting Captain Jack. What? What? Doesn't taste the same, Mom. And yeah, it does.
Tastes exactly the same. It's the same thing.
It still makes you bleed. Like worse. I think they actually put fiberglass in Captain Jack. Seriously. Just the roof of your mouth just gets torn up.
Why
to
is
pieces.
it? It's the same thing. Captain Crunch or Captain Jack. You can come up with anything better. Come on,
Sorry, bro.
Fruitios was better.
Sorry, bro. That's it.
Like Lieutenant Dan's over here.
All right. Some other things. Reusing tea bags or coffee filters. You're cheap.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Reusing? So that would be like, I mean, in today's world, would that be like me going back and making another K-cup, but
Yeah.
using the same cup?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. Exactly.
That is so gross.
Using the same piece of toilet paper. I made that one up. I don't know. That's
I was
on
like-
the list.
You know what the funny thing is? When I said that this morning, it was like 3 different Starmy members chimed in with what you just said.
Really?
Yes.
What?
That was like to them the number
Or
one
like
sign of cheap.
Or like a wash rag, right? People don't buy toilet paper. They're so cheap that they use
Stop
wash
it.
rags.
Stop it.
Well, think about like diapers too.
Cloth diapers.
Cloth diapers.
So gross.
You
Stop
can just
it.
throw them in the laundry, bro.
Kim has a good one. She said, why don't you just save a box from the name brand cereal and then put the cheap brand in it? They will never know. That is so true.
Yes.
Doing that from now on.
Yes. Yep. Regifting. You're cheap if you regift.
Yeah, but what if you got it at like a white elephant party and it
what
was a
if you-
terrible gift?
Yeah, but it depends.
Is
like
that
if
really
somebody,
cheap?
If somebody gives you a gift from the heart and it's, if you gave me something that you
that
thought
meant
that I would like,
something?
that meant
Yeah.
something, I gave it away.
Yeah.
ugh, that would be kind of messed up.
But what if... Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, bro.
What if I just knew you would want it more if I got a gift that was like from the heart, but I was like, yeah, but really this should be for Dex. And you gave it to me.
Yeah, you know what?
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe that's okay.
Just saying.
Maybe that's okay. Let's see. Diluting your hand soap with water so it lasts longer. Yeah, I definitely have done that one before, actually. It actually works, man. Let's see. Always tipping 15% regardless of how good the service was. You're cheap.
Oh, that's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
That's not frugal. That's cheap.
That's cheap. Yep.
Great.
Carefully tracking how much electricity you're using.
That's cheap.
No, frugal.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's responsible, right? It's just being
yeah.
responsible. Like the number one rule in the house is, hey, if you pay the electric bill, you can touch.
You know what?
The electric. You can change.
See, I
the
have mine
temperature.
programmed.
Yeah.
For like everything. So the AC, the heat, everything is like all in one unit, and I have that all programmed. And then I will say this: I'm that dad that the lights are off, bro. Like if you're not home, if I get home from work, and it's like the Jeter boys left their closet light and the
Ooh.
bathroom light on, I'm like taking pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, just cost us $3.
Family meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Family meeting now. This is serious.
How many times have I told you, you got to turn the light off in the closet or on the bathroom? That's $3.
Yeah. It's funny because my room is right at the Petersons is right next to the thermostat. And so Bill will come over and it's a couple weeks ago. He goes, "Did you touch this? Did you change it?" I'm like, "Seriously, bro? No, I don't pay it. Okay. So I don't touch it." There are times where I'm sweating in my room because the air is off and I'm just like dying, but I'm looking over at the thermostat going, I could just hit the button, bro. But then I know the rule. I know
Do
the
you have
rule.
a fan in your room?
Yeah, but it doesn't work when it's like blowing hot air at me. It's like, that doesn't work.
You got to switch it, man. Sometimes it blows. It's like if it circulates one way.
Oh,
it's
that
like
kind of fan?
pushing.
No, I have one of the, I don't have a fan in my room.
Oh.
No. Yeah, they put me in a room with no fan, bro. It's so awful. Can you believe that?
Dude, listen, cheapo. Why don't
Unbelievable.
you go to like Lowe's or something
I did.
and
I bought
buy
a
a fan?
I did.
No.
You, like,
a ceiling
install
fan.
us-
I
What am
will
I-
install it. I've installed ceiling fans in every room in my house. It's called YouTube / I don't know, instructions. It's really
Can I
easy.
buy the most obnoxious fan?
Yes. I will install it.
One that has like it has palm leaves as
It's
like
just adding to the value of the home.
exactly.
I will set it up.
What if they're like hands? They look like hands for fans. And
Do
they're
you
just,
already have multiple light switches in your room? Is it like set up
yeah.
for it?
Yeah.
See,
See,
dude,
yeah.
I will do this for you. I'm not even being funny. We'll YouTube it. It'll be great.
That's funny.
Somebody said, see, they don't say if this is cheap or frugal. So not running your car AC to save on gas mileage.
I know people that do that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because it definitely, like my car, I have a 1999 Chevy Lumina.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh my gosh, you put the AC on and you could see the gas gauge just go down. Oh no. I just filled up.
Roll the windows down, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Somebody says my coworker resells nearly every gift he's given. His wife gets so upset, understandably, because he will most likely try to sell whatever she gives him. Cheap, frugal, or just a jerky move. Ah, dude. All of the...
I'm going to say...
I used to be that guy.
Jerky move.
It is jerky.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cheap. It's not cheap. It's just... Is it self-centered? Because I used to be that guy. If people got me gifts, 99% of the time, I was like at Best Buy returning it.
Yeah.
I just want to exchange this for something I actually want. But on the flip side, it's like I knew I wasn't going to use it, so I wanted to get something that I was actually going to use.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe the person who texted in, maybe you need to do a little more investigation on like what that coworker wants as a gift.
Yeah.
Just don't go on spin money, because that's the worst is when
Yeah.
you buy somebody a gift and they're like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Like that
Amazing.
shirt I bought you. You still haven't worn it.
Wait, which shirt?
Yeah, see? He doesn't even remember. Gosh, man. It's so messed up.
You've never bought me a
See,
shirt.
that's how important my gifts are. You know what? You're not getting a gift this year.
Oh, man.
I'm going to return your 40-year anniversary gift.
Okay.
40 years, man. 40 years. Cancel
No,
the
okay.
black balloons.
You know what, jerk? The gift, there's one gift in particular that you got me a couple years ago that's prominently displayed in my record room.
Really? What is that?
The Punisher toy that you got me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
That's what you actually bought me.
Yeah, because I did some investigative reporting.
And it's actually displayed in my room.
I called Teo and I was like, what should I get him, bro? So that's what he told me to get you. Yeah. But that's, I think that's good. You should call the people that know you the best.
No, that's true.
You know?
That's very, very
There's
true.
nothing worse than getting a shirt that's, yeah, I'm not wearing that. Do you ever see me in a collared shirt, bro? Do you ever see me in a lime green shirt? Come on, man. Seriously. Like, do you even know me? Like, I just look at people sometimes and go, seriously?
Oh, man, I know what I'm getting you for your birthday.
No.
Lime green polo.
You can give me anything with a sloth on it, and I'll be happy. Okay? There was one year, I think it was like early 30s. People were like buying me those stupid T-Rex shirts. I have like 10 of them of the T-Rex that falls down and can't get back up because his arms are so short. I have all those. Like, everybody's just thinks it's funny. It's like I never, ever have worn any of them. I have like 10 of them. Actually, I've given them all away.
Oh,
See,
man.
I have. I've given them all away.
If only my mic were on.
Sorry. My elbow keeps doing that.
If you're just joining us, we're talking about the difference between being cheap and being frugal, and you may be wondering why. Well, because.
Yeah, what does your
we
friend
care.
or partner do? Ask us, is my friend or partner, does this make them cheap or frugal?
Somebody said my in-laws during Christmas are the worst gift givers. There's 30 of us in one room. The grandpa is reading to and from, and we all watch the one person open presents. It takes 4 hours.
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me?
I'd rather get dental work done. Their gifts are re-gifts and Dollar Tree cheapies.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. Somebody said, bro, my grandmother tips with coupons and good ones like buy 3 tires, get 1 free, or like $50 off something. Why not?
Not a lot of people carry cash anymore. So, like, if you go to a place, like Sonic, for instance.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, do you supposed to tip these guys?
Yes.
Okay. I used to keep CDs in my car. Working at a radio station, you just get tons of CDs.
Yeah.
So I would always like, sorry, bro, I don't have any cash, but here's 2 CDs. And it's so funny because the look on their face is like, oh, seriously? And I'm like, yeah, bro, you can have them.
Dude, we should go to
Right?
Sonic today and tip with Samson on
Dude,
DVD.
it's awesome. Oh, right? See what? Get the reaction, dude. I don't have any
go
money,
Facebook
bro.
Live today and be like, hey, man, really sorry. We don't have any money for a tip. Here's Samson on DVD.
But we do have Samson on DVD.
What I do have, I give to you in the name of the Lord.
Oh, my gosh. Christians, listen up.
Silver and gold
No.
have I none.
No. You're not going to win anybody over with that.
You are not.
Please.
But here's a copy of Samson on DVD.
Right.
It is life-changing, truly, because it will show you that anyone can fulfill their dream no matter how mediocre they are at their job.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
I'm sure I'm going to get in trouble for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it's never okay. They tried really hard.
No, they didn't.
They did.
No,
their
they didn't try
best.
hard at all. No, they did not.
What's going to
They
be
mailed it
amazing-
in on that
Actually,
movie.
can we not give those away? Because we have 5 copies and I have 5 family members. So at Christmas, that's it. Every single stocking. And it'd be like,
Yes.
and you all got Samson on DVD.
Yeah, right? That's what you do. Yeah. We need to find those things that we just can't give away.
Yep.
That's so funny. You can text in 505-585-LIVE. And phone lines are open as well, 505-338-3700.
So here's a question. In all seriousness, we're talking about the differences between between being cheap or being frugal about things. And earlier we talked about the parable of the talents in Scripture, talking about like being a steward of what God has given us, right? So we want to be frugal because we want to be good stewards of that. But on the flip side, when does it become a restraint when we want to, we're like, I got to be, Lord gave me this. I got to be so careful. And we don't pull the trigger on anything because we're so like nervous that we're like going to use it incorrectly. And we just sit there and do nothing.
Right.
Like,
well, that's
where
the fear.
is that?
When fear starts sinking in.
But where's the line? Like, where does that come in? I know we're talking about like cheap and frugal, but like when it comes to serving the Lord, where's the line between like wanting to be a good parent versus wanting to serve in ministry or
Right.
wanting to do well at your job versus wanting to be home with your family, right? Like,
yeah, because so many people miss the mark. Yeah, Christians miss the mark a lot of times. They feel like they have to go and live in a third world country to serve God.
Right.
You know, like,
all right,
no,
guys,
we're packing up
pack
the family and
we're
we're
moving
going.
to Mongolia.
And guess what? Sometimes God calls families to do
They
that.
do.
I'm not taking
He
that
does.
away. It,
They-
it
they
happens.
will,
but
yeah.
a lot of times we forget, man, our mission field is right here in our front yard, you know, in our neighborhood, in our community where we
Dude.
live. That's our mission field.
The mailman you see every day.
Right. Yeah.
Sparking up a conversation.
Yeah. When's the
Being
last
a
time you
friend.
talked to a neighbor? A lot of people don't talk to their neighbors anymore. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't even know the neighbors at the Petersons.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. We
need to go meet the neighbors, bro.
We need to go meet the neighbors. Seriously.
Somebody said, so the real question, though, is going to Chili's and ordering the 2 for $20 being cheap or frugal? Oh, you're going to be dead soon.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I mean, I would say that's frugal for sure. I mean, you get a good deal.
Somebody said, isn't this also a parable? See, everything, I'm telling you. So easy to bring it back.
Yeah, man.
Just bring it back.
Bring it back, man. Bring it back.
Remember the Stormy chimed in and said, by the way, Samson was awesome. I would love a copy, bruh.
Seriously?
Yeah, which bummed me out because their text earlier in the morning in the 6 o'clock hour was, watch the new Jurassic World with the wife, and we both really liked it, and now I can't trust them.
Yeah. Listen, I watched Jurassic World, and I actually enjoyed it.
Okay.
And I watched Samson, and it was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. So don't trust that person. They just have really bad taste. And are they being serious? Because seriously, we should hook them up if they really want one.
Right? If they really liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Or if you just want a good laugh, you know? We're finishing out the hour with you guys letting us know. What do you consider cheap, frugal, or you can ask us, maybe your husband or wife drives you crazy because they're so cheap.
So here's something interesting. Somebody said that if we were truly using biblical counsel, right, or biblical wisdom, in Scripture, there's wisdom in counsel. So why not have a financial planner or advisor?
Mm-hmm.
Even better, if you can find one who operated off biblical principles like I've managed to, then you're truly living like that.
Listen to Dave Ramsey, man.
Does that count?
Listening to Dave
seriously,
Ramsey?
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Because
I
I'm
think
like,
so,
you know
for
what?
sure.
That transformed everything
Oh my
for me
gosh,
as far
dude,
as like my
listening to
finances.
his radio show or
Yeah.
his podcast, I'm serious, guys. Like every time I listen to that, I learn something and it inspires me to want to save.
Yeah.
You know? Live like today so you can live like no one else. Is that what he says?
No.
Wait,
If
sacrifice today so wait.
Right.
Yeah. Be poor today so you can be rich later.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like live like no one else, like now, so that later you can live like no one else.
Sure. I don't think that's it either.
That's it, bro.
Good morning. Hello?
Hey, I just want to let you guys know if you know any good deals, you go come and knock on my door.
Oh no! Why did we let that happen?
Stop
Why did you let that through?
Not cool, man.
Oh, we did it!
I got my door.
No! See? We'll be waiting for you. Oh. All day. That's called an earworm, and he just planted that in our brains. I started this, to be
Would
fair.
you rather have that stuck in your brain or this?
Oh, dude. You know what? That's actually that's a great song.
I had that song stuck in my head for months.
Dude, that goes back to like reaping what you sow. I did that to you at Harvest America, and it became a thing. And now regularly people will
bro.
come up to me and go, "Oh, dude, Steve-O, did you hear? Come and knock on my door." And I'm like, man,
Yeah, we are all reaping.
literally
We are
for the
all
rest of
reaping.
the day, I'm singing the Three's Company theme.
Ugh.
I have never seen a single episode of that show.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not cool, man.
Wow, I just want to punch you so bad.
Yeah.
You've never seen Three's Company?
No, dude.
Oh
Why
my
would I
gosh.
say no?
He's never seen
I'm not
Seinfeld.
that old. By the way, the dude that said Samson was awesome and they wanted a copy was totally just messing. Please don't send them a copy.
Okay, please don't.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah.
No, we're sending you one.
Somebody said, By the way, for the Starman member that asked about the Chili's or Applebee's question, ordering that 2 for $20 thing or whatever isn't cheap or frugal. It's just disgusting.
No, okay.
Oh, man.
Here's since we're talking about being cheap or frugal or even things to do in Albuquerque that are cheap. If you want to chime in with those as well, you can. But here's the cheapest days to travel this summer. What do you think? Cheapest days to travel during the week.
Oh, cheapest day?
Yeah, what do you think? Is it
Tuesday.
Tuesday? No, it's not.
Wednesday.
No, it's not.
Wait, really?
No.
Monday.
It's
Really?
Monday. Monday, September 3rd, and Wednesday, September 19th.
that is very specific.
Very specific. Yeah, those are the days. The 2 days during the summer.
That's not even the summer.
Wait.
You just said.
Are you sure, though? When does summer end?
Everybody's in school in like August.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that summer's officially over, bro.
Yeah, but
when is the end of summer? September 21st, bro.
Okay.
See?
Touche.
Because summer just kicked
Nobody's
off last
traveling
week.
in September, dog.
Yeah,
Do you know why?
Because of school.
Everyone's in school.
Right? So Monday, September 3rd, that's why it's so cheap. Yeah. And Wednesday, September 19th, the median price of a domestic flight on those days is $177. That's pretty good.
By the way, we've been talking about the qualities of like being frugal with your finances, and here's like a reason why. You want to travel for cheap? You know how you can take care of that? By listening to us and prioritizing. Remember, the Storm said, a lot of this is just prioritizing and being willing to say no to something that you know is out of your budget so that you can enjoy something else later in life. I've been living on a budget pretty faithfully for 8 years, okay? 8 years.
Okay, 8 years.
In those 8 years, I have paid my house off.
What?
I paid cash for cars, and it's a big relief not to have to worry about those things.
That's huge, man. Good for you.
Dude.
Rice and beans and rice.
Somebody said when I was little, my dad used to tell us to turn the water off to wash our hair and body when we took a shower to conserve the water.
Oh.
Okay, no, that's cheap.
Bucket showers,
That's
guys.
cheap.
Bucket showers.
So,
all right, thank you for chiming in, you guys. Also, the most expensive weekend to travel is this weekend.
oh, good.
Yeah, this weekend, the most expensive.
Well, don't be traveling right now. Remember the Starmy in Sacramento wanting to wish their wife Andy a happy birthday. She's in Albuquerque. And he's in Sacramento.
Oh.
He chose poorly. He's traveling right now. Happy birthday, Andy. Sorry your husband isn't frugal.
All right, we got to take a break. We're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
I'm Heidi, and here's what's happening. Mesilla Park Community Church is collecting supplies like clothing and hygiene items for the Gospel Rescue August. The Gospel Rescue Mission is an organization that helps to house and feed the homeless in Las Cruces. If you would like to contribute, bring your donation items to one of their services and drop them off in the black labeled bins. Don't miss the annual summer series at Life Church Rio Rancho at the movies, where Pastor Craig Rochelle pulls biblical truth from popular movies. Enjoy tons of photo ops, movie popcorn, and more. It's a great time to invite friends and family to church. This year's campus theme is from a beloved Disney Pixar film, but you'll have to see it spring to life to find out which one. At the Movies starts July 8th. If you know about a fun event going on this summer in your community or at your church, let us know. All you have to do is fill out the form online at star88.fm. For more information about events happening in your community and so much more, visit star88.fm. For what's happening, I'm Heidi, and this is Star 88.
A Star 88 Supernova with Greg Lloyd.
Establish good habit patterns now. You're the one who will decide how it's all going to end up. And the same is true of the Christian life. You know, we start out with a bang, but if we put it into cruise control, Houston, we have a problem. The key is maintenance. The Bible says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God that works in you both to will and do of his good pleasure. That does not say work for your own salvation, because you can't. No, you work it out. You see, it's given to you as a gift of God. You can work it out. As the apostles John and Paul said, we can work it out. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, the Beatles, forget it. Obscure cultural reference. Okay, you go, what? What verse is that? It's not a verse, it's a song, forget it. Okay, when you have to explain a cultural reference, it didn't work.
Catch Greg Laurie's teaching show, A New Beginning, on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on 107.1 FM. This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm. The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Big Dave, how we feeling?
Huge day. I want it now.
Freedom Celebration. Friday and Saturday. Free weekend, guys. It's a free weekend. Something the whole family can enjoy. It's at Isotopes Park. Both nights, fireworks.
Mm-hmm. They've got those like crazy bouncy thingies. The
Love
kids are always
those.
like,
Love
dude,
those.
can we go like Fight Club over there?
Bouncy
And I'm
houses,
like,
guys,
oh,
bouncy
gosh,
houses.
I hate bouncy houses. Inevitably, somebody's kid gets hurt, and then it becomes like,
Right?
yeah.
Dude, fireworks both nights, and a real T-Rex is going to be live at Ice
That's
Dome.
actually that's not real. Although, have you seen lately? That's kind of like trending, like the check out the Jurassic Park, and it's like the animatronic dinosaurs. I'm like, why do we want to take our kids to that? I feel like my kids would just like,
where's that at?
You've not seen these commercials?
No. Is
I'll
it
show
local?
you. Well, I mean, it's not local. It travels, but it's like coming here.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. Like real dinosaurs are coming?
No.
Is that for real, bro?
Yeah. Yes.
Like real dinosaurs?
Yep, real dinosaurs.
Hi, do you have an emergency going on? Because I'm going to ask a dumb question, and I don't want to hold you for something that different.
No, ma'am. You're okay. Go ahead.
What's this about dinosaurs coming to Eloy today?
Yeah, I'm not usually on day shift. I'm usually on night shift, so I have no idea. But let me look it up on Facebook for you.
I'm like, there's no way it could be live dinosaurs. We're not in the
No,
year.
it's not like it's not real. I think they're made to like look real.
Okay, lady. Yeah. Dinosaurs are only real in Russia, in an underground laboratory run by Putin. Okay? That's it.
It's not real.
No, it's real. Siberia, bro.
Steph wants to know when we're going to start the Freedom Celebration Invasion.
5 o'clock both nights, guys.
That's right.
5 p.m. So get there, hang out with us, and get a good seat. Everything kicks off at 7 as far as the music. There's Battle Drums Worship going to be kicking off. Is it the first night?
Both nights.
Both nights?
Drums.
Battle Drum going to be doing both nights?
Yeah, bro.
Man, they're getting big time, I tell you. 10th Avenue North, Matt Marr, Sarah Reeves, Trip Lee, Skip Heitzig throwing down the gospel.
I'm like, this is going to be so great.
No, I mean, this is our second or third year.
Third year?
Third year doing it.
Yeah.
And every year we have such a good time. So come and hang out, Isotopes Park, this Friday and Saturday, guys. And a big shout out to all the volunteers. I'm not sure where we're at in that situation as far as how many more we need, but if you would like to volunteer to help out, I know they need like 700 volunteers. You can go to freedomabq.org and just click on churches. And shout out to the 20 churches here locally in Albuquerque that have teamed up for this big event, Freedom Celebration, to, make change in our city, wanting better things for our city. I love that. All right. Fake it till you make it. Let's talk about fake it till you make it.
Oh,
You've heard it before, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
You've heard it before. Hey, man, it's so funny because my mom, I grew up with that. That was
the mentality.
The mentality. That was the advice. Sorry to put you on blast, Mom, but that was. I don't know necessarily if that's good advice or bad advice, but we're gonna find out. Fake it till you make it. What do you think? Does it work?
Man, see, I've heard both sides of this. I've heard both aspects of it. What are we talking about? Just in life in general, or with our faith, or
the researchers
marriage?
talked to 2,000 people who are successful in their careers.
Okay, career.
And this percentage of people said that at some point on the way up, they had to fake it to make it.
Okay.
But that didn't mean like lying on a resume or anything like that.
Right.
The main thing they did was project confidence even when they weren't really sure what they were doing.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fake it till you make it. Hey, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to fake it like I do. The majority were clothes that made them look more professional, which helped them get ahead in their careers. So there's probably a lot with the fake it till you make it category. But yeah, would you say that works? And I think that's a good mentality sometimes.
I was going to say, I think sometimes it can work. You and I, we kind of, I don't want to say pride ourselves, but we're pretty real. Like if you're having a bad day or I'm having a bad day, we're never fake with one another.
I agree sometimes. Like
somewhat.
I'm about 50% with you.
Right?
Yeah. Because we have to be up. We have to be energetic.
Exactly.
We want to encourage. And the last thing a listener wants is for us to get on the radio and just start, oh my gosh, my life is so bad right now, guys.
But on the flip side, there's authenticity to times when we're not stoked, when we're having a hard time, and we're like, dude, I need some prayer today, guys, because honestly, A, B, and C is going on in my life right now. Yeah. I'm not doing well. So is there a balance to that, Stormy? You got to help us out, bro. Because seriously, when it comes to our faith, like, fake it till you make it model really good?
Yeah. No. What do you think percentage of people? How many out of the 2,000 people.
Oh gosh, said that's a good model to roll with.
Well, at some point on the way up, they had to fake it to make it.
87%.
66%.
Okay.
66% said fake it till you make it.
All right.
Good morning.
Yeah, no.
No?
Hey, buddy.
Who's this?
Yeah, just me. It's just me, Jack.
Oh, my gosh.
Fake it till you make it.
Steven, seriously, you just...
Wait, what do you mean seriously?
Call in whenever you want to now.
I will say,
fall off the face of the planet.
It has been a minute. You've been,
Yeah.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
I know.
Yes.
We're still here.
You work here still?
Background as far as like, yeah. No, I'm in Canada now. I've moved.
What?
No, but as far as like fake it till you make it when it comes to the music industry, absolutely. I mean, that is absolutely a thing. Like hip hop artists would show up to award ceremonies with all that jewelry you can rent and are most likely rented.
Right.
Same with the cars.
MTV Cribs wasn't that all fake? Most of it, the MTV Cribs.
Most of it, yeah. Yeah, most of it. However, when I was on, when Amberlynn was on Universal Republic, we had our first meeting. We sold out a show. It was New York City. We went upstairs. All the executives there. They had rented out this entire top floor of this, whatever the place we were playing. And the label president comes up to me and says, "Listen," and Julia, my wife, is standing right there. He's like, "Okay, so listen, man, we need some hype for your new record coming out. So would you rather be arrested or do you want us to hook you up on a date with like a celebrity?"
No
and my
way.
wife's face just got huge. And it's funny, man, but it's true. A lot of that stuff is just, all of it, it's just marketing.
Yeah.
And people are labels are designing faking it till you make it, to make it a certain image or persona that they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
They kind of almost stick you in a category and try to push your career using that route. So it's true. But as far as spiritually, man, there is no faking it till you make it.
See, and that's the question.
Bad, but
okay.
When we get to heaven, the Bible says, many will say, "Lord, Lord," and Jesus will say, "Hey, man, depart from me. I never knew you." And you could say, "I've been a pastor for 50 years. I led 40,000 people to the Lord. I blah, 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 mission field," and all this stuff. And God would be like, "Well, we didn't have a personal relationship." So you can fake it with everybody else, but you can't fake it with me. Yeah. I know your heart. I've searched your heart, and I found you wanting. Depart from me.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's a good example.
See, so on the flip side, because we're getting both chiming in, somebody used the verse Hebrews 13:7. "Remember your leaders, those who spoke the word of God to you. Consider the outcome of their way of life and imitate their faith."
Ooh.
So are there times in our faith where we are, quote unquote, faking it because we're not there? And like, is it ever okay? Because to me, I agree with you. It just feels like, it feels false.
Yeah, but Steve-O, you and me are the type of person that if a pastor got on stage, it was just like, "Let me tell you, I am a mess. I am a wreck. But the grace of God is what saves me." And then went into examples about how they failed in their life. That would be mad. We would be like, "Oh, that's real. He's real. He's being honest. He's being transparent." Or if you get a guy going, "I am so good. Follow my perfection."
That's
as I follow
so true.
It's that would see. So I think it's not fake it till you make it. You want to know true Christianity? It's true humility. It's saying, "I don't have it all figured out. I'm on the same journey towards a trajectory towards Jesus Christ." And so I think that's being real, and you're going to draw more people because especially this time, 2018, this generation, we want truth and real. Everything is Photoshopped. Everything is filtered. And so we want real, actual truth. We want to see behind the scenes. No more of this like grandiose Pope, papery and, pomp and show and all this stuff. It doesn't mean anything to us. We've seen it all. We've seen, you know what I'm saying? So I say, be real. You want to make it? Be humble and expose yourself and say, "I am no good. I am low. Listen, I've had a really bad life. I've made terrible decisions, but the grace of God." And that means way more than the pomp and show. And
I'm writing all this down. Number 1, be humble. Number 2, expose yourself. Number 3,
can we get that number for the record label?
What was the third one you said? Just like, okay.
I think we're good there.
Is there a rental agency like in Hollywood, or is there one locally that we could get like BMWs and cool like gold chains?
Thank you for. You should be a pastor. You should really think about.
No, he's not cut out for it.
I'm gonna pray about it.
So you should do that, and then
Not
maybe
cut out for it.
pray about maybe, I don't know, visiting your friends
Yeah,
they miss you. I forgot you lived in Albuquerque.
True friends, bro. True
So,
friends.
You know. Yeah. I mean, I was told once never to take friendship personal. However, when you don't see somebody for that amount of time,
Nobody knows that reference anymore, bro.
In my defense, I see my friends all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It looked like you had a blast at the zoo yesterday with your
cool.
true friends. It's good.
Oh, man.
Miss you.
Miss
I
you,
love
bro.
you.
Later, dude.
Kisses.
All right, see you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
That's our friend Stefan. Steven.
I mean,
well,
friend is a little.
he is not faking it till he makes
Yeah,
it with
yeah.
us. That's just not
Stephen
happening.
Christian, everybody.
It's not happening.
But people are freaking out, by the way. All of that incredible wisdom Stephen just poured out, and what everyone got from that was MTV Cribs was fake?
I remember losing my mind over that. When I found out that it was fake, I felt like the whole, like nothing was real anymore.
Yep.
Nothing's real.
Yeah.
It's all fake.
There were certain ones that were like Sean William Scott from American Pie or whatever.
He lived in an apartment.
He lived in a terrible apartment, and I remember watching that going, why did they
that's
get
real
this
life.
guy?
Yeah, that's real life.
That was real.
Yeah.
But you saw behind the curtain, it was like, oh. I liked that, though, because it was like, so not all actors live in these giant mansions in Hollywood. This dude had, like, roommates,
Some of them
plural,
do. Some of
on the
them do.
couch playing, like, Xbox, and he was just like, here's where I live, and this is my bedroom, you
Yeah.
know, and you're going, this guy's been in, like, 1 billion movies. He's in a terrible apartment in L.A.
He needs a new agent. You know?
So...
No, that's
it was
reality
cool to
of
see.
it.
So, I mean, it goes right along with what Stephen was saying with our faith.
Yeah.
So... Dang,
Fake
dude.
it till you make it. Talking about this study, they asked 2,000 people who are successful in their careers, and 66% of them said that at some point on the way up, they had to fake it till you make it.
Mm.
And I think we can agree in some aspects of our life.
Right.
Especially our career at times, depending on what it is. I mean, like Steven said, if you're like a pastor.
Yeah.
Well, even then at times, like even when you are at like you're in the spotlight, because we were talking about us, you know, it's like sometimes I will be completely honest. I have to fake it till I make it, because there are times when I come in and I'm just like, gosh, man, I am beat down. And the last thing I want to do is try to be funny or laugh.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just have to keep pushing through.
But like I referenced that verse in Hebrews, and it was talking about imitating their faith. I got to see something really cool and encouraging last night. Hebrews chapter 13. I wanted to read it again real quick. Remember your leaders, those who spoke the word of God to you. Consider the outcome of their way of life and imitate their faith. That's Hebrews 13:7. Last night I went to this Duke City Gladiators game, right? And I was just going with Paul and Tones, and we were and Antonio. We were just like kicking it and having a good time. And we saw the Heitsigs across the way, and we ended up like spending the evening over there. And I'll tell you what, I have never seen someone so bombarded by human beings.
Really?
As Pastor Skip. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Like at one point, the referee on the field during the game leaned over and said, there's got to be a sermon illustration in this. And he started like telling him, because there was like a fight on the field and like flags thrown and everybody's being calm. And this dude, this giant 6'9" football player is like screaming obscenities at the official. And he's just standing there. The dude was ejected, but like, he's just standing there taking it, and then it was like, that's got to be an illustration. And he's, you know, and like literally everybody like wanted to take pictures, wanting to hang out with him, and he was genuinely stoked to talk to everybody. Like it didn't matter. He's like watching a game, but then anytime somebody asked like to say hi or just his attention or wanted to thank him for his ministry, dude, genuinely watching him interact, it was like, that's awesome. He was never upset. He was never bothered. He was never like disrupted by somebody. And it was like, I want to be like that, because how often are we like at the grocery store or at somewhere and somebody's like, you could be in a grumpy mood and somebody just genuinely wants to thank you or like meet you.
Fake it till you make it, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
In those instances, you want to be like, hey, but I want it to be genuine. I don't want to have to fake it. I'm hoping that my faith will, like, Scripture, God's word will grow me, right? Like we're transformed by the renewing of our minds, and it will grow us to a place where we're not faking it.
Right.
Where we genuinely have that like outpouring. But you're right. There are days where we're tired. We're grumpy. We're just like not in the quote mood or whatever.
Right.
And so we have to. But man, it was really cool
You guys can call in 505-338-3700. Hello.
Hi. I wanted to respond to the fake it till you make it question.
Go ahead.
I think that being a woman, I work at a law firm, and being a woman, a lot of times I think you do have to make it, fake it till you make it in your profession, because being a woman, you don't get the same opportunities that a lot of men do in professional situations. And so I can definitely attest to that fact that sometimes you have to just start taking risks without people asking you, or doing things that you wouldn't normally do it, trying to advance in your field. And I think that that's something that a lot of women experience, and like imposter syndrome at work, where you feel like you're always faking it even when you have made it. And then when it comes to our faith, I think that there are times in our personal walk with God where we do have to, even when we're honest with God and we're saying, like, hey, this is really hard for me and I'm just not feeling it right now, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm having a hard time connecting with you. Sometimes I do think that you have to push yourself, and maybe that is, in a sense, kind of faking it, like pushing yourself during worship when you don't feel like you have it in you, or you don't feel like you're really connecting with it, but still trying to maintain that vulnerability and not shutting yourself off to anything that the Spirit might have for you. So I think that sometimes faking it in your relationship with God isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of pushing yourself to stay open and to stay vulnerable with God when it's really hard, when you don't feel like it.
Because that's real. Like, and so that's funny because you said that as somebody texted in something similar saying, worshiping at times you just don't feel like doing it, but when you worship despite wanting to, it's powerful. I wouldn't necessarily call that faking it, because that may be more real than ever, telling God, I don't want to do this, but I know you're still worthy. Maybe some will view that as fake it till you make it, but I think that goes in line with what you're saying, because that is real. That is powerful.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for the call.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Goodbye.
Somebody chimed in and said, faith it till you make it, baby.
Faith it till you make it.
Coining a new one.
That's good.
So, man, somebody said, I have totally had to do that for work. I work for a big bank, and when I first started, I was terrible, but I made it seem like I knew what I was doing until I was able to move on and have a different position. Now I have been with the company for 4 years, about to be a registered representative.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Somebody said I like this mantra better, which is similar to fake it till you make it. Do what's right because you know it's right until it feels right.
Write that down.
Okay.
If it's right, you just feel it.
No,
because
that's
it'll be
not-
right when you're right. You know it's right. What is it? What? Feeling right. Not only does it feel right, but at times it'll feel right when it does feel right. What was it again? Say it again.
Do what's right.
Okay.
Because you know it's right.
Yes.
Until it feels right.
Yes. What he said.
Ow!
See, I'm faking it till I make it. No, I'm not really. I'm not.
Somebody said God calls us to be authentic and have integrity. Faking it until you make it in a profession tends to create unexpected behavior that can turn into a vicious cycle. Ooh.
That's good.
There's a flip side of that.
I like that.
Somebody said, interesting question. We have a worship leader who at times I swear he's just up there performing because he wants people to notice him. And I can't worship during that time. I'll stop singing and just start praying more than anything because he drives me crazy. There's no question there. Where's the question? I'm like, question mark?
That was very judgmental of you.
Yeah, because you're totally putting that out there.
Yeah, because of like how
It's
he
so,
looks
like,
and how he
presupposing,
is
like, oh, dude,
worshiping.
not presupposing. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, you're totally placing that on him. Speculating.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it just seems like.
Yeah.
What if he's
I
just really
swear
into
he's
it?
just up there performing.
Yeah, and wants people to notice him.
Okay.
And I can't worship during that time.
Why? Because he has designer jeans on? I don't get it. I don't like
designer jeans.
I don't know. Maybe some people are like that. You know, when they wear flashy clothes, they're like, oh, obviously he just wants to get noticed.
See, but I think this is where growth has to come in because somebody said you can only fake it for so long, people will see right through you. And I do agree with that. The fake it till you make it implies that you're going to make it, right?
Yeah. You'll get through it.
So it doesn't just mean fake it and keep faking it. Like,
yeah.
It's a season. It's a time. Maybe you're uncomfortable. You're in a new job. You're in a situation, but you want to be confident, whatever it may be. So you get through it, and you grow to that place. Like earlier, the person you wrote it down. What was it?
If you do what's right, then in turn, the right that you do will feel the right way.
Yeah, sort of.
Oh.
Do what's right because you know it's right until it feels right.
That's what I said, bro.
I know.
That's what I said.
Isn't that genius?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, no brainer.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Rodney says, not a fan of fake it until you make it. Why? Because everyone who faked it ended up becoming supervisors who kept deferring to other employees who actually knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Good morning.
Hey. Morning.
Morning.
In the Christian life, at least, with virtues, fruits of the Spirit, stuff like that, I don't think God tells us to obviously lie to each other, fake it, and almost implies like lying. I'm happy, I'm joyful. I hope they don't know I'm not. I wouldn't think that something joy or peace would necessarily be usually exclusive with feeling sad or lonely or you got problems. We shouldn't judge each other's fruit by like, oh, they're emotionally sad. They must not have the fruit of the Spirit. So, I see a friend who's sad or whatever. Hopefully I don't assume, oh, they're sad. They must not be, good Christians. Oh, those guys are happy. They must be good Christians.
Yeah.
To fake it till you make it sound kind of, the word fake it sounds a little suspect to me as far as a biblical point of view.
All right, man. Thanks for chiming in.
That makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
All right, we got to take a break. Thank you for chiming in. All right, when we come back, people aren't just ghosting their dates anymore.
Yeah.
No, they're doing something else. They're ghosting.
Much more.
Much, much more. So we'll talk about that.
Why is this mentality taking over?
Because, bro, everybody's doing it. Ghosting's like the new thing in 2018, bro. Just ghost. Like I'm going to ghost you when you turn 40, bro. I can't hang with you anymore.
Wow.
I'm going to ghost you.
Wow.
No, I'll never ghost you. I'll be right back. Hang out.
Start your 4th of July holiday with a freedom celebration at Isotope Stadium. Friday and Saturday night, June 29th and 30th. Music, soft toys, fireworks, and a celebration of true freedom with Skip Heitzig. 2 fantastic nights, and it's all free. Freedom Celebration with Matt Maher, 10th Avenue North, Trip Lee, and Sarah Reeves. Above all, as our wonderful nation celebrates independence, Skip Heitzig will give a clear invitation to true freedom.
Jesus said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." He can set everyone free from guilt, from sin, from hell.
With Matt Maher, Trip Lee, Sarah Reeves, and 10th Avenue North. Freedom Celebration at Isotope Stadium Friday and Saturday, June 29th and 30th. All free and fireworks both nights. FreedomABQ.org.
Carl Lentz on a solar flare. Who you are is not defined by what you do, but it is defined according to who Jesus is to you. That's a solar flare on Star 88.
just like the city lights. Just like the city lights. You're the brightest. You are lighting up the night. You're the wonder, bringing color to our lives. It's your love in us. Oh, it's your love in us. Oh, we're gonna burn bright like the city lights. We're gonna burn bright like we've come alive. We've come alive, and the world needs to know the hope that we hold. Love is breaking through the darkness. We're gonna burn bright like the city lights. Just like the city lights. Just like the city lights. Your love is a fire. Your love is a fire. We will never be the same, and our hearts cannot contain. Your love is a fire. Your love is a fire. We will never be the same, and our hearts cannot contain. Your love is a fire. Your love is a fire. We're gonna burn bright like the city lights. Just like the city lights. We're gonna burn bright like we've come alive. We've come alive, and the world needs to know the hope that we hold. Love is breaking through the darkness. We're gonna burn bright like the city lights. Just 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 like the city lights. The city lights. Like the city lights. Just like the city lights.
Ken Costa wants you to get a grip.
Am I called? I mean, pastors are called, but I'm an accountant and I run a motor car sales shop and I work in IT. Am I called? I think the answer is yes. For all of us are called. And helping to find and fulfill your why is perhaps the most important thing that you can do. Long before you want to say, well, where can I serve God? How can I serve God? When can I serve God? Is the question of identity. And that identity is why. Why am I here? Is it some random accident that you're listening to me? The answer is no. It is that God has got a special plan for you and for me. Because He loves you. He knows you. And He's called you.
Ken Costa on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
What's going on in the news today?
President Trump took to Twitter Monday to push his position that people who cross the U.S. border illegally should be immediately sent back to their home country and not move through the U.S. court system. The president writes that hiring more immigration judges, as some Republican lawmakers have called for, is, quote, not the way to go.
In Northern California, wildfires have forced nearly 3,000 people to leave their homes.
Federal health regulators are greenlighting a cannabis-based treatment for two rare forms of childhood epilepsy.
Sales of new homes nearly 7% in May. Purchases in the South accounting for all of the monthly gains.
Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker responding after his son Andrew Baker was accused of sexual assault on a flight from D.C. to Boston.
Look, I love my son, but obviously these allegations are serious and they require an independent review.
Richard Harrison, seen on the reality show Pawn Stars from his Vegas pawn shop, has died. He was 77.
Big shout out to our friend Olive up in Ireland on Facebook Live. Good morning, Olive, or excuse me, good afternoon. Man, that is... Someday, Olive, someday I will make it out there.
Why do you say I? Why can't that be a we trip, bro?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
If anything, since I follow Dave Ramsey, I'll see you a lot sooner.
Yeah,
Olive.
you know
It's cool.
what? He's
Trust
the one
me.
who always goes places. Yep, that's true.
It's called budgeting, some financial
Can you budget my
planning,
life, bro? Will you?
I've tried.
What's your budget, bro?
There ain't no fix for you, dude.
It is probably true. Sad but true. Good morning.
Oh.
Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. You guys can hang out with us like Olive on Facebook Live at Star 88 FM on Facebook. Go like our page and also go subscribe to our page on YouTube. Just search Star 88 and there we are. There we are. You can subscribe and get an alert when we go live. Yeah. So you can hang out with us every morning.
Peru is beating Australia right now, guys. I mean, what is happening?
Peru?
Australia's not going to make it, dog. Group
No.
C is going to be Denmark and France. I'm just saying.
Yeah?
Sorry.
How many, you know what? I'm not asking you questions. Never mind. I'm going to stop myself. I don't care. Why am I going to ask?
I'm just saying.
I don't even care. All right. Let's talk about ghosting. Ghosting, one of the biggest dating trends of the past decade.
Which is pretty tragic.
Oh, it is. This is not a good way to handle things if you're in a
No.
relationship. This is basically, ghosting is basically instead of breaking things off with someone, you just suddenly
disappear.
Cut off all communication.
You are
take
dead.
off.
You are dead to them.
And they never hear from you again. And you're like,
That's so horrible.
what
man.
happened?
Horrible.
Sometimes it can backfire. We've heard some pretty incredible stories the past couple years. And when I say incredible, I mean very sad, but kind of funny as well. But according to HR managers and job recruiters, there's been a huge trend of people vanishing at various points in the hiring process. Now, I think living in New Mexico, this next part that I'm about ready to tell you in this article, it's gonna make you want to move out of this beautiful state.
Oh no, really?
Head north because they say, and this is according to one recruiting firm, there are so many jobs available now. Good people are winding up with multiple offers, and they'd rather avoid having to tell a company bad news, so they just stop responding. There's so many jobs available. This is from Washington. Guys, Washington has many jobs available. Yes.
Maybe they're just not the right jobs, and that's why people are ghosting it.
Maybe.
They get in on the process, and they start seeing how things are going to go. Because if I'm being completely honest, 20 years ago, I'm like, 22 years ago, one of my first jobs, I totally ghosted.
Yeah?
I was hired at the Golden Arches.
Oh, this was like, you got hired.
I was hired.
Yeah.
And I made it to my first break. I'm not joking.
Your first break.
Like, first break. It was like,
So
all
it's
right,
about
guys.
3 hours in?
Woo!
2
Yeah.
hours in?
Yeah, I went through the little training video at corporate or whatever, and then I got my uniform, and it was like first day on the actual job
You worked
there.
at Golden Corral?
No, dude, McDonald's.
Oh.
The Golden Arches.
Why did I think Golden Corral? You said Golden, and I just like...
Yeah, I was trying
I went
to
the
be
buffet.
like a little incognito. The Golden Arches, bro.
Okay, that's where my mind is at.
So I made it to like the first break. And they were like, all right, you guys can take a video. I jumped in my car and went,
This isn't for me.
I do
This is
not
for me.
recommend anybody doing that.
No.
It was awful. And I
messed up.
was a stupid teenager that didn't really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
I did not have good work ethic at the time. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it was so disgusting that I was like,
Yeah.
nope. I would like to eat here. I would like to. That is a bug. That is disgusting. I can't be here.
Yeah, exactly.
It was so gross.
Yep. You know, one thing I do when I go to restaurants now is I ask the waiter or waitress, hey, what's the last thing you ordered off the menu? Or when did you order? And if they say, oh, no, I haven't had it, I leave. Because if they're not going to eat the food, I'm just going to be eating the food. Because they know something I don't know.
Somebody said ghosting. Didn't somebody do that to you guys? What was his name? Raymond, Trevor, Taylor, Teo. That's right.
Yeah.
Teo did not ghost us. He did tell us he was leaving. It just happened to be like a day before he was leaving.
He did.
That doesn't count. Ghosting is literally when you disappear.
Yeah, it could be in a relationship, or in this case, this was according to HR managers and job recruiters. They said there's a huge trend of people just vanishing during the process of hiring. So this isn't even they haven't gotten hired. This is that's important to know, right? Like if you are in the interview process and let's say another job opens up, you're supposed to contact the job that you're not going to take and tell them.
Yeah.
Give them a heads up.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, you know what? And if you do that, maybe you even maybe that company will be like, dude, we want you. What's it going to take to get you?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a good thing.
Dude, seriously. Absolutely. Paul said, I worked at McDonald's in high school. To this day, cannot eat there. I've seen things, man.
That's the way to
Bad
quit the
things.
habit, bro.
Yeah.
Just go work there.
Get a job there part-time.
And then ghost them.
And be like, never mind.
I'm out.
Never want to eat those things again.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of ghosting.
See, you guys have ghosted me. This is the Casper and Casper
You know
show.
what the funny thing is? I'm so glad you called, Buck. Like, seriously. I have felt like such a jerk the last couple days, but I am lame and don't know how to... Let's give some backstory to the members of the
Give some
Starman.
backstory.
Last Thursday, Buck texted you and I and invited us to his men's, like, Bible study group, if you will. Like, he's got a men's group on Thursday nights, and I knew I couldn't because we already had something, the Jeter family. But instead of immediately texting and going, oh, dude, I'd love to, but I can't make it this week, I just didn't respond because it was a group text.
I thought you were going to respond, so that's why I didn't respond.
But just wait. But then a little later that day, I was taking a nap, and he called me when I was asleep, and I woke up like 2 hours later and was like, well, dang, dude, I didn't text him this morning, and I haven't called him back. But what's the statute of limitations for responding? Because now it's been so long that I'm going to have to apologize.
Right? Now
but
it's
I
awkward.
didn't mean to. It's because
Man,
I had
you should feel
something
awkward.
already, and
You
then I
should feel
took a
awkward
nap.
right now.
At least I have a reason.
I'm embarrassed for you. What?
If Steve-O should feel awkward, how should you feel right now?
Sorry about that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. You know I don't ever pick up or text you. It's a rare thing. It's a rare thing.
No, you know what? Okay, hold on. You're the one that told me that I shouldn't call you. I should text you. So I followed your instructions and sent you a text message to invite you to come study the Word of God with me, and did not respond.
You know, I work at a church, bro, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you could hit me up with something else, okay, that'd be cool. I mean, come on, bro.
I'm sorry.
He's trying to be funny. I know, right? He's trying to be funny.
I'm faking it till I make it, guys.
Shut up.
Okay.
You can't
Darn
say
it.
that because people will take you seriously and then pray for you and worry about you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Can't
No.
do that.
All right, fine. Obviously, you are hurt, and I am sorry. I apologize. I will be better.
Actually, I'm not hurt. I
Okay,
just, I just wanted to. I thought it would be a good way to hang out with you guys, and it would be something cool we could do.
Okay, right on. That's cool, man.
I'm game. I'm definitely game in the future. Right now, I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, give us another shot, bro.
Well, do you have the dates? You have the address?
Oh,
you
wait,
have the
it
time?
didn't happen
Every
yet?
Thursday.
You know.
No, it's every Thursday,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, man.
It's a hang sesh. I love Bruskus. He's like
He's a
the
great
best man.
He's a good dude.
He's like that dude you're like, I need to go talk dad stuff with, and I need good dad advice. Best dad. Telling you.
Yeah, that dude like genuinely loves people. You can
He
tell.
does. Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
So what's new, Buck?
No, we're in the middle of
Sorry.
the topic.
When's the last time you
Gosh.
ghosted somebody?
No, that's not.
Okay.
He was calling him because we ghosted him. He
Sorry,
needed.
bro.
He
You're
needed.
right.
That's Matthew. He just Matthew 18 to situation. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of did.
You did.
I mean, in a loving way, of course. I'm
But
not
that's
mad.
what you're.
I just,
That's what you're supposed to do with Matthew 18. It's supposed to be in a loving way. You did well, bro.
You did well.
You did well.
You did good.
Yeah.
You did
So-
good.
Yeah,
You did good,
yeah.
son. You did good.
My sanctification is a slow process. I'll tell you that.
All right.
So slow.
But it is a process, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. So, yeah, you guys, Dex, you need to stop being so paranoid about restaurants. Dex is the most paranoid person in the world when it comes to restaurants.
That's not true.
Dude.
Only sometimes.
Won't send food back. He's always saying somebody's going to
Really?
sit in his
What
food.
happened the other night? I sent my steak back twice. I sent
dude.
my steak back
He
twice.
sent his steak back twice the other night.
Bro.
I was so embarrassed.
And finally, I said, you know what? Take it off the bill.
I'm not so embarrassed, dude.
It was gross. It was an expensive steak, and I'm like, no. If I'm gonna
They messed
pay.
it. To be fair, they messed it up twice, and then had the audacity. Like they went to check on it the second time, and he was like, "Dude, this is really bad." I said, "What were you trying to say? Medium rare or something like that?"
And it was overdone.
And it was just,
well done.
Just done poorly both times. And so then they were like, "Oh, well, we'll take it," and they took it away. Didn't bring any food back, and then tried to charge him like $27 for a steak. And he was like,
Let me explain something to you.
Talk
when
to me.
you order a quarter pounder at McDonald's, you can't get it medium rare. Okay? You just get it the way it comes.
Touche.
But that's the steak,
Touche.
bro. That is the steak.
It was the new Angus beef.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Dude.
I've
you're
changed,
awesome.
Buck. I've changed, okay?
I
I've
mean,
changed.
ish. It's a process. Again, it's a process. There we go.
Miss you guys.
Miss you
Dude,
too, man.
Miss you guys.
Miss
All
you
right,
too.
we'll see you, Buck.
I'd love to be invited on the show sometime.
Dude, what? You're breaking up.
No,
I'm just
stop
kidding.
it right
I'm
now.
kidding. I'm just joking.
What a jerk.
I'm
What a
joking.
jerk.
I'm joking.
I love you, buddy.
Love you, dude. You're welcome anytime.
I can't, it's hard.
Lauren chimed in and said, I've worked in HR for almost 9 years. When candidates ghost on the hiring process, we flag them in the application platform.
Oh, man.
So if they apply later down the line, we reject their application due to the unprofessional conduct. I'm just saying.
Guys, it's always good to
Sadly,
communicate.
Man,
You gotta
we've had
communicate.
so many people chiming in saying, yep, I ghosted people. I have a friend that ghosted his date. She complained about everything the whole time they were on their way to get ice cream. She needed the restroom, stopped at Taco Cabana on Montgomery. She went in, he rolled out.
Whoa.
No!
That's what an Uber's for. She'll be
Oh
fine.
my gosh. I hate this culture so much. Somebody said I was hired at the ABQ Journal, worked my first day. After that, I thought, I can do so much better than this. Never went back.
Yeah.
Somebody else said couldn't make it through training at Carl's Jr. because they put me next to the freezer for 4 hours, couldn't feel my fingertips. Needless to say, didn't make it to getting my uniform.
Wow.
Somebody else on the flip side said, I worked at Sonic for 4.5 years. I still love it. It was nothing like the horror stories I've heard from other fast food joints.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, some people are just different, you know? I mean, it depends on what you've worked, what kind of job you worked before. Because sometimes, you know, there's good parents out there that when their kids are little, they're putting them to work. Like my dad, he had me going out pulling engines when I was a young kid, you know, and working in the junkyard and moving tires around and changing oil and stuff like that. So it just depends, you know. Some people, if they've never had a job before and you throw them in an atmosphere like that, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough because some people
gonna
are
be
soft.
hard.
It's soft, man. They're softies out there.
Gosh.
Gonna be hard. Yep, ghosting. It's not just in dates anymore. It's in jobs.
It's not
what else could
okay.
you ghost?
People are complaining so much about not being able to get a job, and then you turn around and look at this, and everybody's talking about ghosting jobs.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well.
it's work ethic. Maybe that's part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't always land the dream job immediately. We have to work our way up.
Yep.
When I first started here, I was amped because I was like, radio, this is going to be amazing. And it was hard hours, and it wasn't great hours because I'm like about to have a baby and I need insurance. And so it's like, what am I going to do? Well, I believe God is calling me to this, but he's also calling me to be a good dad and a good husband. So,
And also,
And what are we going to do? Space Force.
That's right,
No,
the
he's
Space
not calling me to the
Force.
Space Force. No, he did
Nope.
not. He called me to the Bucks. So I worked at Starbucks because they provided benefits, and I worked that job as well as this job, as well as part-time as a janitor. No, not Space Force. I'm just saying, guys, like, it takes work sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
And sometimes, I mean all of the times. But if we're not willing to put in the hours, we're not going to land that job. We're not going to get it. We're just going to keep
That's
ghosting
true.
things and bouncing back and forth and starting over, which is interesting because that's probably why you're still relationshipless.
That's a good call, right?
You know what I mean? How many times have we used the that old biblical adage, you reap what you sow?
Mm-hmm.
We've used that so many times this morning in so many different ways. Just saying, bro.
No, it's so true.
You
So
want to get
true.
something out of your marriage, you got to give into your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, literally. You're like, I give in. I'm just going to.
Ah, all right.
Well,
fake it
this
till
is-
you make it.
This is it.
This is it. Gonna fake it till I make it. Maybe eventually down the road, we'll make it. But, jeez. Yeah.
Somebody said I actually ghosted a few credit cards and medical bills for a couple of years. Didn't
Yep.
end up well, though. I
No.
definitely would not recommend it.
Yeah, one day you go to your bank account and you realize they took the money straight out of my bank account. Wow, they can do that? Sure,
Yeah.
they can.
A Looper says my mother and I flip houses for a living. So I take my kids with me. 9, 11, 7. They earn themselves a little paycheck at the end of it. They do little odd jobs here and
That's
there. It's a
cool.
lot of fun. And they are learning life skills.
Yeah, man.
Boom!
Yep. Yeah. It's true. 505-585-LIVE. You want to text into the show. We're also hanging out on Facebook and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. And you can call in 505-338-3700.
Somebody said a ghosted Dish Network. I worked one day and was like, nope, this isn't for me. But my trainer was awful. He didn't show me anything and expected me to know how to cut wires, set up dishes, etc.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
The job,
even
isn't it?
Well, even if, let's say, they're not treating you okay at your job.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like your job, the right way to do it is to communicate with them and tell them.
Yeah.
Listen, this isn't for me.
Confrontation's hard,
This isn't
bro.
for me, and it'd be hard for me. But
yeah,
because ghosting is the easy way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But
with a relationship with anything?
yeah, you never know. I think when we can be when we can take the path that nobody else is going to take, that narrow path. That's when I think we're going to see some pretty incredible things. That's when God does His best stuff. When we reach out into faith, and trust God that He's going to take care of us no matter what.
Dude, somebody chimed in and said, I started my first job a few weeks ago. On my first day, I texted you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys helped me out. So far, so great. It's a stepping stone to greater things.
That's it, man. Stepping stone. It's just like my job here, man. This is a step. Wait, what? Dump
no,
that?
man,
Dump that?
we are beyond stepping stones. We are. This is the career, bro.
Yeah.
This is
This
the
it
career.
till retirement?
Yeah.
Is this it?
Oh, there's no retirement.
Oh.
Have you not heard? Yeah.
Oh.
There's nothing going into savings there. We will be 87 and 88 years old, and that's why it'll be called Star 88.
Oh.
Star 88. The morning invasion. It's going to start at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Because we're so old, that's when we wake up.
Is it because Peter's been here for so long? Is that why? Is that why?
Years back, Jim actually told me that.
Yeah.
What if you're the next Peter Benson? Because I've been here longer than anybody else here now, minus Peter, radio-wise. Of course, you got like the Stever back there and stuff, but like as far as radio, I'm it. And it was like, oh.
Yeah. Man.
Okay. Whew. I want to take that as a compliment because I love that man.
How many years was Peter here?
123 years.
Guys. And he looks like he's
the
30.
voice of Albuquerque.
He looks 32.
He does.
It's because, you know what? It's radio, bro. I mean, come on. This isn't a job. I mean,
you've got the voice. You've got the voice.
He's got a beautiful voice. He's got the golden voice. It's good. Ghosting. What are your thoughts on it? When did you ghost somebody? How did you ghost somebody?
No.
Is it ever okay to ghost somebody?
No.
No? Okay.
Well, dang. You just...
Is it ever okay to ghost somebody?
See, there's the question. Friends, Romans, Christian men's. Is it ever okay to ghost somebody? Think about the toxic people in your life, right? When you gave your life to Christ, right? And you're like, I got to walk in light and I got to do these things.
Good call.
And I want to be faithful to God. And then you've got those friends that are literally like dragging you into your sinful past.
But even in those situations, should you confront them and be like, hey, man, I'm just in a different spot right now. I love you.
That's the question.
What about drug addicts? Because they say...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. They say that, when you
addicts of
want to
any
get
kind.
clean,
Right.
you
basically
ditch
ghost
your
those
contacts,
people.
man.
Yeah.
Ditch your contacts.
That's a good question right there. Starmy, what do you say? We need your help.
Is it ever okay to ghost someone? Your thoughts. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. And I'm just going to say I don't think so. I don't think it's ever okay.
Dude, truck driver.
And no, I take it back. I'm sorry.
Oh, you do say
I take it back. What if you're in an abusive relationship?
You've got to like
your partner is
protection.
Physically, emotionally.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Then
you said,
ghost.
Is it ever
no,
okay?
Well, I was just thinking, like almost every situation you could confront that person, but not in every situation. Because if you're getting physically abused, you got to get out of there, man. And like they set up like homes for women,
right?
So those people can't find you. Like
man.
That's, I think, the only time it's okay.
Dark.
That's the only time. I'm just saying.
Real dark.
Saying that's the only time.
Somebody said I ghosted a job after maternity leave. I got a new job and just never went back. I still feel bad about it.
See, you feel bad. See, it's not right.
Somebody said, yeah, situation. What about ghosting my wife's best friend that made a move on me? Yeah, ghosted.
Okay. You know what? I was wrong.
See?
Yep.
Man. Somebody said, dude, truck drivers? Our trucker friend?
Mm-hmm.
Socks and sandals? Truck drivers will just park a truck even with a load on it and walk away. And then the company is stuck figuring out how to get the trailer and load back.
Wow. No kidding?
Welcome to 2018.
So if they're at a Flying J and they're like, I'm done.
I'm out. I can't do this.
What? That's okay. But how do they get home? Like, wouldn't you want to like get to your destination? That doesn't make any sense. Or maybe get your paycheck?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy.
See, on the flip side, parents teaching their kids work ethic. My son is 13, been working at his grandma's restaurant for the summer.
There you
well
go,
done.
Man. That's good.
Child labor laws.
That's good.
Calling on you. No, I'm not.
All right. Thank you for chiming in, you guys. You can continue to do that. Facebook, YouTube Live, @Star88FM.
Somebody said, what about the friend/former coworker that makes plans to get together and then flakes out every time?
I don't know. Don't give up on those people.
I think he was talking about us.
Well,
when was the last time we actually hung out with Buck?
Ricky's?
Oh, yeah. For the fights.
Right.
That was Ricky's invite. When was the last time we hung out with Buck when he invited us?
Oh.
No.
That's a good call.
Isn't his birthday coming up?
Oh, my gosh. Yes, it is. July 8th. Is that your birthday, Buck? July 8th?
You're welcome.
All right. We got to take a break. We're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
You're invited to She Ministries Pillow Talk. Sex, Jesus, and the conversation the church has forgotten. Be a part of this year's summer conference on Saturday, August 4th at 9 a.m. at Calvary Church. New York Times bestselling author, speaker, and former All-American soccer goalkeeper Mo Issam is our special guest speaker. Partake in honest and open conversation about God's original design for sex.
Jesus interrupted my story. The lust, the lies, the shame, gone. He opened my eyes and my heart to the truth about sex. Because, disclaimer, sex was God's invention. Don't you think he knows all about it? We need to talk about sex, Jesus, and the conversations the church forgot.
Registration ends on June 30th. Tickets are available at Parchment's Bookstore or online at sheabq.org.
This is Ground Wire with Sean Dunn. Ground Wire.
Have you ever been lost? So lost that even after you stopped and asked for directions, you still had no idea how to get where you wanted to go. Feeling lost ushers in confusion and loneliness. When you find yourself in an environment that has no familiar landmarks, you become disoriented and you have no idea how you can find your bearings. Some people wander through life with this horrific sensation that they're lost in life. The intense feelings that they can't navigate the shadows and discover safety haunt their days and dominate their nights. Deep inside their hearts, they're looking for a way out of the wrong turns of their past and the fear of the future. If you're one of those people that feels lost in life, then I want you to know that there's a way out of the confusing maze. The God of the Bible offers to take you by the hand and lead you towards safety, security, and steady ground. He's right there with you, waiting to offer you peace and perspective. All you have to do is ask.
GroundWire.net. To find out more, click on groundwire.net. Groundwire.net.
This is KLYT Albuquerque, Santa Fe. Rebroadcast on KKCJ, Cannon Air Force Base. KPKJ, Mintmore. K201CC, Las Cruces. K203EZ, Alamogordo. K207CQ, Gallup. K211CW, Hobbs. K212EH, Silver City. K214DE, Antonito. K218AK, Artesia. K250AB, Roswell. K293AO, Alamosa. K228DQ, Portales. In the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
I know coming up short is never easy. When you give everything you have, hold tight, let them see that fire burning. Your time is about to begin. 'Cause it's gonna get better. Yeah, it's gonna get better from here. It's gonna get better. You're so close that you can taste it. 'Cause you're gonna be better. You're gonna be better, I swear. It's gonna be better. You're at the top, reach out and take it. You don't have to worry if you're good enough. You'll be sitting pretty while they're talking tough. Guess they never knew that you were made for this. You're dangerous, dangerous. Fighting till the end when it's getting rough. Bringing all you got and never giving up. Guess they never knew that you were made for this. You're dangerous, dangerous. Can't be broken. Words fly, but you never let them land. This time, know it's you they're coming after. They'll try, but you take them in the end. Oh, 'cause it's gonna get better. Yeah, it's gonna get better from here. It's gonna get better. You're so close that you can taste it. 'Cause you're gonna be better. You're gonna be better. You're gonna be better. You're at the top, reach out and take it. You don't have to worry if you're good enough. You'll be sitting pretty while they're talking tough. Guess they never knew that you were made for this. You're dangerous, dangerous. Fighting till the end when it's getting rough. Bringing all you got and never giving up. Guess they never knew that you were made for this. You're dangerous, dangerous.